You probably spend months watching YouTube tutorials and you still don't have a channel that pays. Well, that ends today because this video is not just going to be another niche list video or another motivation montage. This is going to be by far the most tactical and step-by-step YouTube automation blueprint that you're going to find anywhere online. I'm going to break down 8 profitable niches that are working right now and show you exactly how to build a faceless channel with each of them from scratch. You'll learn exactly how to find topics that actually go viral, how to utilize AI to replace your scriptwriter, voiceover, thumbnail artist, and in some cases, even your video editing. And I will teach you how to structure your workflow, how to post like a machine, and how to scale your channel into a cash flowing digital asset. Now, I spent the last 3 years earning over $1 million a year with this exact model, and I've helped hundreds of students do the exact same. This video will condense everything that I've learned, the systems, the tools, the exact playbook, so there will be no gatekeeping, no fluff, just pure step-by-step wisdom from me to you. So if you have been stuck trying to make this thing work and you're tired of all the noise, then just grab a notebook, watch this video twice, because after this is over, you'll never be able to say that you don't know where to start. So let's begin. So I ran a poll on my channel recently asking you guys, what kind of content do you want to see? And the most popular request was having me find you the best channels and the best niches and essentially just reverse engineering them and breaking it down so that you guys could copy and emulate success from success, right? So what I've done is I found you guys another absolute banger, okay? I've broken it down literally step by step, the entire thing. I've spent so much time dissecting this channel, breaking it all down for you. So now you guys can basically just implement the exact same thing. I've broken down the strategy, the processes. I've given you guys scripts, prompts, the whole work down. If you want to do this niche, all right, if you want to do this niche, this is the only video you need to watch. And the best part about this is that you can basically take this same methodology, the same strategy that I'm showing you here, and you can apply it to almost every other niche. All right, that's the beautiful part. The point is the fundamental and the system is pretty consistent across most niches. You just need to know exactly how to execute it, what to look for, and what to do to avoid making the mistakes. So I'm gonna get straight into it. If you want some proof of me knowing what I'm talking about, just YouTube my name, Google my name. I have hundreds of testimonies. I've been around for 5 years posting. I've built tons of channels and made so much money, and now I just want to provide as much value as I possibly can to the people who support me. All right, so let's go on to the channel structure. I'm not going to waste any time. All right, I want to get into this. No fluff. The channel is called this. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here. The channel is called this. All right, it's a science channel, and there's a lot of things that they're doing right, but there's a lot of things that they're doing wrong. There's a lot of unrealized potential, meaning things that they're doing could yield a lot higher results if they were to implement specific things. So I'm not only just going to show you what they're doing, but I promise you, if you add the things that I tell you to do, you will have a much better result in this channel. And they have done phenomenal. Okay, 16 videos they've posted, and they generated 17 million views across 16 videos. So I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong. They've done phenomenal. But I promise you they're doing something very, very wrong, which is limiting their ability to make a significant amount more money, which I'm sure is everyone's goal here. All right. They've amassed 600,000 subscribers, and yeah, total views 17 million. Now, some kind of groundwork here. You do need to reach a specific threshold to start making money with YouTube. You have to reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Cool. Once you do, then you can apply and then you start getting paid. And your pay is split in 2 different portions. All right. There is the RPM, which is the total amount that comes in for the ads, right? We get paid on YouTube because of the ads. When there's an ad that shows on your video, we, the creator, get compensated. Also, YouTube gets compensated. The total amount is the RPM, right? That's the revenue per mil. And then CPM is how much we actually take home from that. And it's usually a split of 55 for us and 45 for YouTube. YouTube is a very generous company. They pay us very well. All right. So 507,000 views in the last 28 days. Doesn't sound like much because honestly, it's not. And I told you guys, I'm going to review channels that are breaking in crazy money and show you guys how to reverse engineer it. So you may be asking, Victor, why are you showing me a channel that's only making like a couple grand a month? I'll break it down. There's a secret here you need to see. So don't leave. All right. Last month, they did 507,000 views. So let's break that down. 507 divided by 1,000, because we do get paid for every 1,000 views, equals 507. Easy. Now, how much does this niche pay? How much is the RPM? How much do we get paid for every 1,000 views? Simple. We get paid around $5 per every 1,000 views. That's the way that it's set up now. This specific channel is getting paid $5 for every 1,000 views because of the way it's set up right now, right? So what we want to do is find a way to get it to pay you $10 for 1,000 views, because you can. And I'll show you how if you stick around, all right? $10 for every 1,000 views. It's a significant difference. That's twice the amount that this channel is already making. I'll tell you why. Let's break it down, right? We have 507 views. or 507 as a number, times $5 to $10 for every 1,000 views, which brings you about $2,500 to $5,000 a month. That's how much this channel is currently earning, which in hindsight is actually not that bad. But again, I want to show you guys the big numbers, the big channels. This is one of them, all right? Let's break it down a little bit further, all right? So we look at the total then, all right? Not the monthly. The total means they've done 17 million views since they started, all right? 17 million, and you divide that by 1,000. You get basically 17,600. Then you multiply that by $5 to $10. So the total views that they've amassed times the RPM is around $88,000 to $176,000 that this channel has made within 16 videos. Okay, I'm going to break it down and make it's actually even a bigger deal than it looks like right now. It goes, the rabbit hole goes a little bit deeper. Let's break it down. Let's talk about cost, because this is your gross revenue. Let's talk about your net revenue, how much the profit actually is. To calculate that, we have to understand how much the cost is. So what's the cost per video? The way it is right now, it's easily $40 to $50 a video, easily, all right? There are 16 videos on the channel. So we multiply 40 by 50, we get 640 to 800. That's the total cost that this channel has exerted to generate 88,000 to 176,000. So total revenue is 88,000, 176 minus 640 to 840. It's a stupid number. It's basically the exact same thing. So the profit margin is like 89%, 99%. Like it's ridiculous. Basically all profit. All right. That's another beautiful thing about this business model is how ridiculously profitable it is because of the actual margin and the multiplier, essentially. Right. There's a huge disproportion between how much you spend and how much you make, because overall the operational cost of this business is very, very low. All right. And the cherry on top. All right. The two cherries, not just one. Number one, this channel has only been posting for 1 year, which sounds like a lot, but 16 videos in 1 year is about a video a month. I think you can already see one thing I told you they're doing wrong, and that's the obvious one, but I'll show you some more, okay? The second one is that the last video was posted 4 months ago. So they're doing $2,000 to $5,000 a month. Let's even say conservatively $2,000 a month for sure, guaranteed, for the last however long, and they haven't even posted a single video. That's literally a full-time income that they're making, and they haven't even posted in 4 months. The beauty of passive income, the beauty of this digital real estate era that we live in, where you can do something, and if you do it correctly, it'll continue to pay you for months and years. I have videos from 3 years ago that are still paying me today, like not $5, $10, thousands of dollars a month. I swear on my life, thousands of dollars a month from content that I posted years ago. Name a better business model. Well, maybe some, but not the way we do it. All right, not as passive, not as low barrier of entry. All right. Now, I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to go straight into breaking down this niche, showing you exactly how it works, why it works the way it does, and how you guys can emulate it for yourself. Okay. So niche breakdown. What makes this a good niche? Let's look at what a criteria is for a good niche. If you're going to select a niche for yourself, you need to understand what is a good niche. All right. The audience you're working with should be massive. So people who are interested in science is huge, right? People are loving this stuff. Now, popularity and obsession. Of course, people want to be obsessed with whatever you're talking about because you want them to you want these topics to last. You want this niche to last. And so the more obsession there is, the more of like a cult-like audience that there is, the more money you're going to make and the longer it's going to last, essentially. Content availability. Do you want to get stuck only be able to make 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 videos and then getting lost on ideas? No. So make sure you position yourself into a niche that has the availability to make millions or, thousands of videos, because you want to be posting for years. You don't want to just post 5, 10 videos, run out of ideas. Ease of entry, right? Is it very, very competitive? Is it hyper saturated? That's the main question you need to ask yourself. So make sure you're looking at that and analyzing it before you get in. And also, is there any affiliate external monetization? Like, can you sell affiliates? Can you sell courses, consulting, coaching, sponsors, newsletters, products? There's so many ways to take the views that you're getting and then basically take them and redirect them into something else, whether it's selling an ebook or a software or whatever it is, right? So these are all things you want to look out for. Now, let's look at this niche. Well, it's a large and growing niche, right? There's so many people that are interested in this science stuff and just random facts, right? Passionate audience, hell yes. The tenure of niche, meaning the length of the niche, how long it's been around, how long it's going to be around, perceivably forever. I mean, this stuff is very interesting today, 10 years ago, and for the next 10, 20 years. Is it evergreen, meaning it's topics that are interesting back then and now and forever? Yes, which is almost the same. And topics are about needs, not wants. More or less, it's not like a necessity rather, but it's super nice to know that like you're posting topics that people really feel like they need to know. That just makes a huge difference in terms of people clicking on your videos. Are they clickbaity? Hell yes. These topics are so clickbaity. What are magnets? What do painkillers do? Like this stuff is just, even the science of humor, like it's so simple, it's so interesting, right? Unlimited content, absolutely. Absolutely. Is it entertaining? Yes. This is a form of two different combinations of styles, two categories, which is entertainment and education, which conveniently comes together and is called edutainment, right? That's what this is. Now, it is super, super important to choose the right niche, because simply choosing the wrong niche could be the reason that you either spend a lot of money and make absolutely nothing back. Like many people that have come to me, they spend thousands of dollars on content, some even more by hiring different coaches who never yielded any results. And some people who are able to make in their first 2-3 months some thousands of dollars and work up to the point where they're doing 10, 20, 30,000 like many of my students. So the niche is very, very important. You must be very diligent when choosing a niche. Just like this student as well, where he actually put himself into a Star Wars niche, to be honest. He loves Star Wars, and we combined two niches. This is a really interesting thing. We combined the Star Wars niche with the stickman niche, put them together, and boom, within 6 months, he's making $5,700 a month, practically all profit, because the niche selection was very diligently chosen. All right, we put a lot of time and intention in combining this and finding the perfect niche for him. We do this with every single one of my students. We don't shoot in the dark. I don't just give you a random niche because it sounds cool. It's working good now and it might not be working good later. Don't make mistakes that you're going to regret later. Think long term. That's how we operate. I only let my students choose niches that I know that have longevity and they actually have data backed, right? We want to make data backed decisions. Moving on. Topic and content ideation. How do we choose topics? What's the whole methodology for this whole thing? All right. So number one thing you want to look out for is topic saturation. You have to make sure that the topics you're looking at are not too saturated. So first of all, what you want to do is search them and then refine them by month to see if there's too many topics. So let's just say, what do painkillers actually do? All right. Let's search it up. So we search it up and we see the first topic, which is here. All right. But now let's refine and sort by, even like, honestly, it should be this month. It should be the real one, but we could do this year as well and see how many people are actually posting it. All right. What do painkillers that I should do? How do painkillers work? These are shorts. So realistically, there's actually not that many videos, but let's go further back down to like year. Now, painkillers. Okay. Not much. It's actually really good. Now, this may be a good thing or a bad thing, because if there's not enough demand, that also could tell you that there's just not enough interest in this. But sometimes it just so happens that it's a very under-tapped topic. Like it's just a brand new topic that's very evergreen and very blue ocean, and no one's really tapped into it. So make sure you do the research. If you see like 50 videos in the last month or 20 videos in the last month and everyone's posting, maybe stay away from that topic, you know? But if you don't see that much and it seems like a good topic, that's a good indication to jump onto that topic, right? So just do your due diligence when researching and choosing the right topics. Now, also try and find reference channels, right? Find other channels that are doing the same thing. The key here is, I'm going to teach you something very, very important that I teach all my students. Please make sure to not get inspiration from these channels that have 2, 3, 5, 10 million subscribers, even 1 million subscribers. That is too much. The reason why I say this is because you will be improperly influenced by these channels, because you'll see a video that got 1 million views, 500,000 views, whatever, but then the channel has 1 million subscribers. So if the video got 1 million views and the channel has 1 million subscribers, there's a direct influence as to why that video did good, because there's 1 million subscribers that could potentially watch that video, right? They're piggybacking off of a subscriber base. But if a channel has 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 subscribers and gets a 1 million view video, that tells me that there is a direct correlation between the topic itself and the video that was created and the demand. You want all those to combine. You want to get influenced by these videos that are doing exceptionally good, but they're not piggybacking off of other channels, off of their subscribers, right? That's the key here. So inspiration channels are very, very important. Now, how do you find an inspiration channel? That's the difficult part. That's a really difficult part. And it's one of the most important skills that you can have in this business, is finding competitor channels, right? Finding places to get influence. I suggest using NextLev. I'm going to shamelessly plug here, even though it's one of my competitors. It is a phenomenal software. He's done incredible at it. So go to NextLev. I'll leave a link in the description. Go to it, download it. You just need the extension. It's $13 a month. Just do it. I even added here a 20% off link if you want to save some money. It's going to be the best $13 or 13 minus 20% you'll ever spend. I promise you, it's going to help this whole process be so much easier. So when you download it, you'll now see a few other tabs here, similar channels and analytics. Analytics is great. You're going to see all the data I showed you up there with the views, the RPM. But if you go to similar channels and you go here and then you click on search, it's going to literally deep dive and find you a ton of other channels that are doing the exact same thing, right? And now you have so much influence to look at, so much options to look at of other channels who are doing the same thing you can learn from. So basically all these channels, we could just go through one by one and just open them up. And now we have all these inspiration channels to look at. The amount of time and effort it would take you to find these channels manually, oh my God, like it's absolutely insane. So could time be an illusion? That's a great topic. That's very similar to the other ones, right? So go through this and try and find, not all of them are going to be perfect, but you'll find other channels that are doing basically the exact same thing. What's inside the oldest rocks in the world? Great topic. Very similar. Why don't humans hibernate? Similar topic. They're just these random scientific topics, right? You now have all these inspiration channels at your disposal. It's phenomenal. Like trying to find again these channels is just like it's like a needle in a haystack type of project. But now with the software, it brings them all to you. This is how I find all my channels. I literally don't ever do any manual labor. I just go to similar channels. I find some more channels. I go to them. I go back to similar channels, find more channels. And now I just stock up on my directory of content ideation, channel inspiration. This is the move. This is the software. Like again, I'm shilling it. It's not even my product. It is so good, I have to admit. So this is a really important topic, is learning how to find topics. So basically make sure to really hyper fixate on this process. Be very intentional. Make sure you're only looking at channels that have low subscribers and high views. Those are the channels you want to get inspired by. You can look at the bigger channels as well, but you want to be very, very careful because you don't want to take the ideas. You can take some of the inspiration via the way they create their videos, the quality of the editing. Yes, you can take that. What I'm also going to do is show you guys a really cool process to learn not only the channel inspiration, but also topic inspiration. So check this out. Let's just say you go to ChatGPT, all right? And then you go to your channel here and you zoom out and you take a screenshot of the entire catalog of videos here, all right? So let's just go here. I'm going to zoom out, put myself over here, and then just take a photo of all these videos, all right? Now that I have that, I can go to ChatGPT. I can basically paste the image. I can go here to our script. I can paste the prompt and press go. Now, it's going to analyze all the screenshots and come up with more topic ideas for me. This is a complete game changer. I've already had it done. I'm just going to go back here so you can see exactly what it looks like. So they've gone ahead and basically just gave me 20 different topics that are very similar to the ones that have already been analyzed. Love ChatGPT. So we can basically get inspiration, draw inspiration from what's already worked, and it's just going to go ahead and literally do the exact same thing and find more topics. You'll never run out of topics. All right. Something cool like the top first one here. Why do we even yawn? Like that's a great topic. All right. So I've already given you all this. The prompts are going to be in the description. Same standard. I put an idea here. Why do we even yawn? So if you do want the links to all this, by the way, please make sure to join my free school community. It is free. Emphasis on this. Where I give away an entire free course. Like so much content on this thing. It's free, everything. Obviously, I do have a paid program as well. If you want to work one-on-one with me, we have 9 calls a week. You get your own dedicated coach. We have a community course. Everything. But this thing, if you're just starting off, this is phenomenal. We have everything here. Plus, I even give you 1 free call every single week with me where I can answer all your questions, dive deep into your channel, everything you guys need. So I've tried as my best to do as much as possible. Even like we gave away a freaking MacBook. I have a video here. I gave away a MacBook for someone just joining a 3-day webinar that we had. We are going to do it every single time that we have to do these events. Someone's going to get a MacBook. Someone's going to get an iPhone. Just join, be a part of it just in case. You'll learn something. If not, you might win a MacBook. Who knows? All right, moving on. What I've also done here is dissected their content creation process, more specifically the scripting process, because it is a very, very important process specifically in this niche. The scripting is so important. So important, okay? So I hope you guys are still with me because it's about to get very, very good. I'm going to break everything down. I've spent so much time literally breaking down all the complexities of this, even the thumbnail stuff, and I'm going to expose it all to you for free, all right? So you guys can just take this and build upon it. I've shown you everything. I've left no stone unturned. And if you guys are interested in this stuff, and if you're grateful for this stuff, I do it for free. I do it because I want to give back to the community. I've achieved so much throughout my journey, and now I just want to give value. Honestly, it's just so much fun. So please leave a comment if you're enjoying this video. If you even come to this point, you guys are MVPs. I appreciate you so much. We have much more to go, but you guys are the MVPs, genuinely. So I appreciate it. All right, let's go through the dissection process on scripting. Each of the videos in this specific channel, they don't just like educate. They entertain first and then explain second. That's the key. If you want to execute this niche, you can't just go ahead on ChatGPT and say, hey, write me a script on why do batteries work or why do magnets work. Oh, it's going to give you an awful script. Please don't do that. Promise me. So you need to understand kind of the methodology, the framework, the structure, the script structure, right? And I've broken it down for you. And I've also given you guys a literal script breaking down everything that I've learned from this channel and put it into a ChatGPT script. You can just copy this and paste it into ChatGPT, put your topic here, and it's going to write the same script that this channel would be able to post on there. I've already tested it. It's so good. It's so good. So I'm just giving this to you for free. All right. I don't want nothing back. All right. Let's just break it down. I want you guys to understand. Now, why these videos work is because they mastered this specific formula. The curiosity to entertainment to aha moment to repeat to subconscious CTA. That's the focus, all right? Let's break it down step by step. We have the hook. They hook you by doing a pattern break and relatable curiosity. So for example, human brains are wired for pattern recognition. The hooks break patterns. So when you have a hook, it breaks a pattern interrupts. It could be like saying something crazy or weird or something relatable or showing something on screen. That's a pattern interrupt. Now, then they present a mystery that we have to resolve. So now they basically create a gap. And the goal of the video is to close the gap. That's how they get you. Open the gap, close the gap. Now, it grabs attention in the first 3 seconds, which is critical for watch time and retention. YouTube loves when people are grabbed. So you can even see if you go to the back end of your channel, there's a first 30 seconds graph, and you'll see on that graph that it'll show you how often people are falling off in the first 30 seconds. That's because of your hook. If you have a bad hook, people are going to fall off. YouTube's not going to reward you. They're actually going to punish you, and they're going to take away your views. They're going to stop giving you impressions. So how did they do it? All right. They did some really cool quotes like, I hurt my elbow, swallow a pill, and then the pain disappears. Witchcraft? That's for obviously like how do painkillers work. Or the Bluetooth one, like Bluetooth is literally indistinguishable from magic. Give it to a Victorian child and watch them get burned at a stake. Funny. Or so you don't get girls, let me help you become Regina George. Maybe you guys get this reference, maybe not. The point is they say one thing and then they kind of collaborate it with something of humor or something of interest or something of relatability, right? And this is what makes consuming this content really easy and memorable because again, they teach you one thing and they associate it and attach it to something that you already know or something that draws emotion, like humor, like a laughing, right? So each hook combines absurd imagery, personal relatability, and emotional triggers, whether it's confusion, frustration, humor, surprise, or again, relatability, right? What would you want to do on your channel? Well, you'd want to start your video with an emotional contradiction or a wild visual metaphor, right? If you watch any of the videos that they post on the channel, you'll understand exactly what that means. Take a simple everyday question and then frame it as a mystery or impossibility. They do this very well. And then inject humor. People love to laugh. People remember when they laugh, right? So anytime you tell a story or moreover a funny story, it just becomes very memorable. It also says a lot about that person. You remember a person more when they tell stories. And so you want to get into good storytelling and you want to add good, relatable humor. All right. So now what they do with the body is that instead of dry explaining, which is what most people do, they actually use storytelling. In other words, personification, pop culture references, visual metaphors, and vivid language. Like there is a lot of actual thought process behind the way that they structure all of the script. And again, the AI will do all this for you, right? Now, how do they do it? Well, for example, every explanation is tied to something visual or cultural, right? Something that you already know, again, that relatability and reference points. Every 30 to 45 seconds, they plant a new curiosity gap, right? For example, but how does it know which signal to pick up, like for the Bluetooth one? Or, but how does ACE get into the brain? So all these kind of things that make you wonder and draw curiosity by either questioning or more or less like argumentative statements also work really well. And then pauses and personality. This is a huge thing that they've mastered as well, is the pauses and the personality. Of course, the personality is everything I'm talking about, but the dramatic pauses add a lot of emphasis to things, which makes you think, right? Now, what to do on your channel for you guys to implement this. Avoid bland exposition, meaning explain this like you're telling it to a smart, funny friend, right? Use absurd comparisons in storytelling, like Ned Killers versus Ace, character-driven science. Like what that really means is things that really are very polarizing, like very extremes. Go to the extremes when comparing or using examples to really just set a reminder in their mind. Like when they think of this video or what you taught them, they can remember because of such an abstract example that you used, right? Also set a layer of curiosity every single minute and then resolve it. This is that thing, right? Creating a gap and filling the gap. Creating loops in their minds. That's such an incredible way to do storytelling. AI is going to do it all, right? And then speak with voice, not monotone. So make sure that if you're using a voiceover, whether it's an AI or hiring someone, that you do something, hire someone or use one that has a lot of personality and a lot of kind of tonality and different cadence levels to really emphasize things. Be a character, not a narrator. Now for the outro, what they do is they do not do cringe endings. They have high retention endings, right? So for example, instead of saying smash that like button, no. The call to actions at the end are molded into the humor. The ending feels like a reward for staying. You either laugh, you feel smarter, or both, which is a great combination. Most videos also loop back to the beginning premise, giving it the narrative close. Again, they open up the gap, and by the end of the video, they closed the gap. It's impeccable storytelling, right? Now, this do stuff like that's going to cost you 1 subscribe. Or now go build Bluetooth out of rocks. You're welcome. Or if you're a Discord mod, doesn't matter. Like these are, of course, when you watch the videos, you'll understand the cues a lot more. But basically the endings, they're not begging. They're on brand, they're low friction, and they're emotionally satisfying. So you really feel like you were put through some sort of emotional adventure through the video. And that's what basically the script dictates. Now, what to do with your channel? End with a punchline, a callback, or an emotional payoff, and then drop the CTA, the call to action, in character, meaning it's on brand with the rest of the script. Don't break the tone, right? Stay funny, stay smart, stay sarcastic, or whatever you choose for that channel for your script writing. And then also if you tease something earlier on, like the more on that later, make sure you reveal it near the ending to increase the watch time, right? So the longer you can play out the final result that they're looking for, the longer they're going to sit around waiting. But of course, you cannot just expect people to sit and wait. You need to give them stuff in between, the meat, to keep them entertained. Now, a little bonus, what I've done for you guys, I've actually taken everything I showed you here, literally all this information. I've synced it with all of our own internal SOPs, like our standard operating procedures, the proper structure flow for a script, what it should look like, how long it should be. We fed it examples of proper scripts, and it spit out this. I know emphasis on this, literally for this style channel. If you are looking to do the style channel, you just have to copy and paste this entire script from here all the way to the bottom, and then it's going to write basically the exact same script. I've already tested it. It is amazing. And what it does also is it doesn't just write the script. It'll do it in a little bit different way. So it's going to actually start off by giving you 3 hook variations. So those 3 hook variations, you can either choose one if one is happy or you're happy with one, or you can have it recycle until you find the perfect hook. Then when you find the perfect hook, you select it and it moves on to the actual script. It's not going to go ahead and write you the entire script all at once. That's not how you write a script with AI. You have to write it in segments, right? In pieces. So one piece will be written. It'll then prompt you and ask you, do you like what was written and want to continue? Do you want to restructure it and try something new? Or do you want to expand on that paragraph or that piece? And it's going to keep doing that until the script is over, right? You can literally just keep on writing. It's going to kind of intuitively write it with you. That is the way to use AI. So using that structure along with all the SOPs and guidelines and all the know-how of what the other channels are doing, like what this channel is doing, you guys are going to be able to write some banger scripts with very, very minimal experience, know-how, anything, because the AI is going to do it basically all for you. So if you guys are interested in getting this document, it's going to be in my free school community. If you join the free school community, you go to the section where I actually show all of my videos. So you can come over here to Classroom, and then you head on over down to the bottom when it decides to load, because school is super slow. All the way here at the bottom, YouTube videos and prompts. If you click here, this video is going to be at the top. You could just click on there. You're going to see the link for this, and yeah, we'll go from there. So enjoy, and happy video scripting, right? Let's move on to number 4, which is dissecting the content creation. Moreover, the thumbnails and titles, right? This was really cool. So analyzing their thumbnails and titles, they have amazing thumbnails, right? The thumbnails are really, really nice. They're very like gravitating. They're very captivating, right? So what do? The formula. Each video uses strong visual metaphors or unusual imagery to spark curiosity, right? The creator leans heavily into the abstract or conceptual visuals, often without showing people to stand out. Instead, they actually rely on celebrities, or the thumbnails rely on visual mystery, right? Symbolic meanings or minimalism to draw attention. As you can see, like the 2 eyes, right? The image here with the heads, like it's just really, really captivating, right? So why this works? Well, these thumbnails work because they create instant intrigue through the unexpected visuals, right? And minimalist designs. Whether it's anatomical heads, dismembered bodies, retro tech formats, each image sparks a question in the viewer's mind. There's a strong sense of mystery, nostalgia, and conceptual depth. The lack of clutter makes them stand out, and each thumbnail hints at a deeper story or idea without actually giving too much away, which is always the key of the thumbnail. The thumbnail should intrigue someone, and the video should give away the answer, right? You captivate, create curiosity, create the curiosity gap, and close the gap through the video. Now, they pull you in, making you feel like you're about to learn something unusual, meaningful, or hidden. That's the whole point of this. It's just these unusual science facts, hidden facts that are really, really interesting and captivating. How you can use this? I mean, do what they do. Use symbolic or minimal imagery to represent big ideas, whether it's love, technology, or perception. Avoid overloading with text, so let the image speak. You know what they say, like an image speaks 1,000 words. Do that in this niche. Make sure that the image actually represents the idea. Tap into curiosity or nostalgia by showing familiar faces or objects, in unusual combinations or contexts, and think about this whole thing conceptually. What is the idea or question your thumbnail is asking without actually using words, right? Again, looking at this, like there's no words here, but you see 2 different very recognizable devices here, the AirPods, and you see the question marks. It begs the question, like what's the combination? And then when you look at the title, how does Bluetooth work? It's a perfect combination, right? You know these things are Bluetooth, right? It's also something that gravitates to people because it's something that's detectable, it's like recognizable, and then it's just a visually compelling image as well. So great combination. Now, you can also create these exact same thumbnails using ChatGPT because ChatGPT now has amazing thumbnail capabilities. I don't know if you guys are up to date with this. It's all over the internet, but this is really such a captivating idea to use because you don't have to do much. You just literally copy and paste a script like this into ChatGPT. So just go back to the website, take a screenshot of all the videos like you already had before. You can basically just upload that right here and then just paste the same prompt and then let it run. And it's basically just going to create a thumbnail for you. I have an example here, like why do we even yawn? Just by simply putting this down, it created something like it's so simple. You just paste this and it just goes off and does it for you, which is so cool. And then you can kind of expand on it. I don't know if you guys know, but there's like a magic editor here. I can click here on this top right corner and I can like pad this and say extend. And then it's just going to basically extend it out and add the rest of the words there because it is cut off. But you can also just keep going back and forth and say, hey, no, I want it in a different way. I want it more minimalist, whatever it is, and just keep going back and forth. And this is like $20 a month for this software. It's phenomenal. It's such a good deal and it's so intuitive. You can do so much with this. Now, that's another really cool hack of approaching the thumbnails, because if you don't want to hire a thumbnail artist or you don't want to approach it yourself, you could just use ChatGPT in a very simple way of using their thumbnails as a reference and having ChatGPT create more for you. And it's so important to have a good structure to this and also really good packaging. Packaging is the key to YouTube. Obviously, topic selection is very important, very important, but packaging is the key, guys. When someone's scrolling mindlessly on YouTube, the first thing that they see is your thumbnail. We're visual creatures, humans. And so we're captivated by visuals and imagery and colors. And so it's your responsibility to ensure that your thumbnail, your packaging is on point and it competes with what's out there, right? If you're not competing with what's out there, if you half-ass your thumbnails and titles, you won't get any views. Nobody will click on your video. You could have the best video ever and nobody will click on it That's the key here. And I put a lot of emphasis with my students in my own videos as well on the packaging. I spend so much time, and most times I actually have multiple thumbnails created, at least 2 or 3 variations for one video, because Mr. Beast does it and all the greats do it. So why shouldn't I? Right? Mr. Beast creates around like 50 to 100 thumbnails per video and tests them all rigorously until they find out the one that has the highest click-through rate, and they leave that one there. If that person is doing it, why aren't we doing that? Right? So always think to yourself how important the packaging is. And so just a simple example as well, a student here, literally just from optimizing his packaging, we got his packaging super dialed in. His thumbnails are amazing. He owns a poker channel and a darts channel. Within 6 months, he has 2 channels now that are generating around like 4,600 pounds per month. And then that adds up to about 5,500 a month at like a 90% profit margin. All right, 2 channels. And now he's starting his 3rd channel as well. Like, all because of mostly the packaging. The videos are like, they're great, but they're nothing like, it's the packaging. It's choosing the right topics and packaging them in such a way that's just so compelling. You're scrolling, you have to stop. They're scroll stoppers, right? That's actually what's helped him made $5K a month, is packaging his videos correctly. It's an art you need to learn. All right, let's do a general overview of this niche. And honestly, I'm going to teach you guys not only just what my opinions are and how to approach it, but how to 10x. I told you guys at the beginning that I would show you how to 10x. So I'm going to do it right now. And I wasn't just lying. Like, literally, I promise you how to 10x. We've done it so many different times, 10xing channels. And that's strictly because you understand how to capture more and get more out of the videos themselves, because there are ways to make more money on the RPM and to get more views. And I'll show you exactly how. All right. So I give this niche easy 9 out of 10. Easy 9 out of 10. It's in the tech, science, entertainment. It's a mixture of education and humor. Now, the ease of entry is medium. You don't need fancy editing skills, no need fancy anything. You just have to be creative and find complex topics and make them funny. There's also content. Ideas are endless. You know, how does Wi-Fi work? Why do batteries die? There's so many ideas. What are we on, right? The demand is high. People are always searching for this stuff, or are just genuinely intrigued by the idea and very captivated no matter what. The competition is quite low. There's actually not a lot of people at all doing this. This is a very small amount of competitors, but the views are crazy high. So this is a great niche. And then why it's good is because these topics are evergreen. People will always care or be relatively interested to some degree to at least just click and watch for the next 10, 20, 30 minutes, right? And you can use a lot of AI tools. You can do script writing with AI, voiceovers with AI, thumbnails with AI. And also, even in some cases, if you really want to approach it, the editing can also be done with AI, which can, number 1, save you time, number 2, save you money, and also number 3, just makes the barrier of entry very low, right? It makes the ease of entry very high, because it's like anyone can do this with very minimal experience. If you just sit down and try and learn how to use these AI tools, it's not that hard. And now for the thing you guys have been waiting for this entire time, how to 10x the return. Because I showed you, this channel is currently making $5 per 1,000 views, which is not that bad. But it could be, with 100% certainty, $9 to $10 to $11 per 1,000 views. How? Simple. 2 different ways. Number 1, post more frequently. That's just going to help them make more money in general, because they haven't posted in 4 months. God knows why. All right. That's a whole other mystery in and of itself. Post 2 to 3 times a week minimum. I don't see why you wouldn't. The second one is post minimum 20 to 30 minute videos, ideally even longer. They're posting between like 3 to 5 to 8 minute videos, sometimes 10. A 3-minute video can only make so much money because there's no mid-rolls, or even a 5-minute video, or even a 7-minute video. Cannot add mid-rolls, right? The ads in between the videos that interrupt you, those pesky little ads, the ones that interrupt you in between the video are called mid-rolls. And the more mid-rolls you have, the more money you make, because there's more ads that get shown. The more ads that get shown, the more money that we make. Simple. So imagine you have an 8-minute video, you add maybe 2 or 3 mid-rolls. Cool. Make some money here, make some money here, make some money here. That's going to increase the RPM. Now imagine your video is not 8 minutes, it's 20 minutes. So instead of having 2 or 3 different mid-rolls, you have 10. So now you've 3x'd the amount of ads that are shown. Okay, interesting. So now your RPM goes even higher. Now imagine your video's 40 to 60 minutes. Now you have 30 mid-rolls. How much more do you think your RPM is going to go up, right? I have students that are posting 2-3 hour videos or getting $25 RPM in a niche that should be around $5. So tell me if that's a good idea or not, and tell me that you can't capitalize on a niche that's low paying and make it higher. This is the hack. If you guys stuck around to the end, this in and of itself, this information in and of itself is so incredibly lucrative to know, because just knowing that if you just make longer videos, it's going to just make you more money. Even if you're in a low paying niche, that's the fix. And then there's more ways. You can also talk about money topics. How does wealth work, right? As a topic, for example, here, how does wealth work? How does money circulate? How does this and that work with wealth? That is also going to increase the pay. Just simply talking about money, finances, wealth, right? Wealth circulation. So imagine a 1 hour video on a finance topic. Now, instead of being 10, you're 15. Great. Another reason why that would result in more money is because YouTube is a search platform and they make money as long as people are on the platform. So the longer that people are on the platform, the more money they make. Meaning the longer that you can keep people on the platform, the more money you make. You get compensated accordingly, right? So if you're creating longer videos and these people are sticking around to watch the videos, YouTube will reward you. Number one, with more money, and number two, with more views. Why? Why more views? Because YouTube will actually rank your video higher. Just because your video is longer, intrinsically, it will make more money because it'll leverage itself higher in the algorithm. It'll rank higher. You literally will have a competitive advantage over other videos just because your video is longer. They will prioritize you over somebody else because your videos are longer, and they don't care how good that other person's video is. They care about how long each video keeps a person on the platform. That's how the algorithm works. It's here to make money. It's here to keep people on the platform. They want to keep them glued onto YouTube. So if your job is done correctly, which is just having a long watch time, you will get compensated very, very well with YouTube. These are simple methodologies, simple systems. And the point being is a lot of people are playing this game of YouTube. They're all trying to do YouTube, but they don't understand how YouTube works, right? So just understand the game. You know, do you go off and start a game? I mean, I'm guilty of this. When I used to play video games, I would just skip through the rules. I'd skip through like the guidelines and all the conversations. I would just skip. I didn't care about learning the rules. But I realized that the more you understand the rules of the game, the better you can play the game, right? So not understanding it just is handicapping yourself. You're bottlenecking your ability to grow by just neglecting the understanding of it, right? I don't want to waste my time here, but I really wanted to drive that point because it's just so valuable, all right? Now, guys, as I always say, I'm just going to enter my own CTA. If you want to do this thing alone, you absolutely should. Everyone should have a go at this because it's such a phenomenal business. But I promise you, it's not the easiest thing in the world. It took me over a year to crack this code. And now, a year later, well, 5 years later, sorry, I've gone to the point where I work literally a handful of hours every single week. I have channel managers, quality control teams, project managers. They do all the work for me. And we have hundreds of students in the same position as I am. It takes students 9 to 12 months to get to where I got to in 5 years. Honestly, a little bit jealous of them, but that's just the point of having mentorship. That's the point of utilizing someone else's systems and mechanisms and not having to fall into the same holes that they had to get to where they are, right? This is like 1/100th of the amount of results that we have. I just pulled up a few. So if you guys are interested in not doing this thing alone, if you want to be part of a community, if you want to be part of a mastermind of people who are doing the same thing as you, because I mean, if you ask yourself right now, like, do you have any friends who do YouTube automation? Probably not. No one does. Right? It's such a weird random business that no one even knows about to begin with, but is doing it. And so if you're going to do this thing, you don't want to do it alone because you're going to look left and right when you hit a wall and there's going to be no one there. But imagine you had me. Imagine you had a coach. Imagine you had hundreds of other people doing the same thing as you and succeeding, right? You need to be a part of a community of people. So if you're interested in doing this with someone else, you know, on your watching over your shoulder, ensuring you don't make mistakes, you can expedite that learning curve. You can book a call with me. I have to tell you now, it is a 4-figure investment. We don't just work with anyone because it doesn't make sense for me to split my time and give my resources because also we do guarantee the investment. You work with us today, and in 6 months' time, if you don't have a cash flowing asset and you've paid back your investment in 6 months, no questions asked, I give you the investment back paid in full. Okay, so apply to work with us. Not everyone gets approved. I don't just say that. It's not a scarcity thing. I literally don't apply. I don't approve a lot of people. So I just work with the best of the best. If you're serious, you're keen, you're hungry, and you can put up the finances, you're ready to invest in yourself, we can work together. Absolutely. So I'll see you guys on the call. All right, guys. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact strategy that this channel uses to make $500,000 a month every single month completely passively. And the crazy thing is that they don't show their face when they create their videos. They actually don't create the videos themselves as well. And they don't even think of the topics. So the reason I know this is because I actually run multiple YouTube automation channels myself. These are teams that I've hired to create the content. So I never have to show my face in front of the camera. I don't have to script anything, edit anything, and I just cash out from all the views and also in some cases, the sponsorships and affiliate deals that we also pull out from the side. So guys, I definitely know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to be breaking down in this video specifically the strategies, the methodologies. I'm going to break down the exact formula that they have used to create a $500,000 a month channel. I have it all written down here for you guys. I'm going to give it all to you step by step with actionable steps and insights on how they do it, breaking apart their scripts, their topics, their thumbnails, the topic ideation. Every single component is broken down in the most granular detail for you guys, so you can take away from this video the exact step-by-step roadmap to reach 10K a month with YouTube automation. I basically guarantee it. If you follow all these steps, I reassure you that you're going to be able to make money with this business model because I'm breaking it all down for you. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's start off by uncovering what this channel actually is. So this is a channel called Courtroom Consequences, okay? They came out a while ago and they've been creating videos for the past year. So I'm going to break down their channel here for you. 1 year ago, they actually started their channel and they've been posting. They have about 691 videos and almost 1 million subscribers amassed in the first year, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you go to most popular, you can see some really crazy videos they've gotten: 17 million, 15 million, 9.7, 5.2, 4.6, 3.9, and so on and so forth. They've also done a total of 548 million views since they started, which is absolutely astronomical. So let's go ahead and talk about how you actually make money with YouTube, how the whole system works, and how much money they actually made. I'm going to show you guys, break it all down for you. So before we actually do, I want to break down a couple metrics. You cannot actually earn money with YouTube until you're officially monetized, until you're approved for the partner program. So there's a few metrics I want you guys to pay attention to. Number one is you cannot actually make money until you reach your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Once you hit those requirements, you actually get approved, and now you start getting paid on all those views. And YouTube pays you for every 1,000 views. We'll get into that in a second. But there's two metrics I need you to understand. It's CPM and RPM. So cost per mil and revenue per mil. So cost per mil is the entire amount that YouTube gets paid for the ads that are played on your videos. Now, RPM is the split after they pay you. So this is how much you get. So the only metric that actually matters when you're trying to analyze your data is the RPM. That's what you take home, which is actually 55% of the revenue goes to you, and they only keep 45% to themselves. So now you're subscribed or you're monetized, you start making money. Fantastic. Let's talk about how much this channel specifically made. All right. So last month they did 64 million views. 64 million views. And the month before that was 85 million views because they had a 33% decline in the last month, which is a big decline, but also relative to how many views they've gotten, it's still an insane amount. Let's break that down, all right? So 64 million views, you divide that by 1,000 because like I said, you get paid for every 1,000 views that comes on your channel, all right? We have 64,000. Now, the average RPM, remember this is the split afterwards, is about $5 to $7 for this niche. So every single 1,000 views that comes in, you get paid $5 or about $7. Now, so this takes 64,000, which is the total amount divided by 1,000, times $5 to $7. You get $320,000 to $448,000 USD. All right. Let's go ahead and try 85 million because that was last month. Divided by 1,000, you get 85,000. Times $5 to $7, you get 425,000 to 595,000 USD. This is not a joke, guys. This is not my theory of what it could be. I honestly know that this channel is making between $400,000 to $500,000 a month every single month. Now, let's break it down a little bit further. $500,000 a month times 12 months is $6 million a year. This channel is making $6 million a year every single year, and the owner doesn't show his face. He does not create the videos himself. And like I said, he doesn't even come up with the topics. He has a content ideation team that comes in and chooses the topics for him. He has a quality control team that watches the videos for him so he doesn't have to do the work. He just built a system because he understood what it takes to actually automate this business because it's very autonomous, right? You can create this business to a point where you can basically take your hands completely off. Of course, it takes a lot of work and a lot of systems and testing and implementation to get to that point. But if you knew there was a business with a system that could lead to that outcome, would you take action on that? I mean, this is why I'm in this business. I've tried 5 different businesses prior to YouTube automation. Every single one claimed to be passive, claimed to be profitable. This is by far the most profitable business and the most passive business that I've ever done in my life. So if you want to sell this business now, because by the way, investors are looking at YouTube channels and they're like, why the hell are we investing in real estate when we could just buy YouTube channels? Yeah, these things are completely passive when they're set up properly and they're super profitable. We're talking 80 to 90% margins on the average profitable channel. So this is an insane business that you can sell once you build. And to sell this specific channel, it would make you between 12 to $18 million. That's literally the going rate. It's going for 2 to 3 years of annual revenue. That's how much these channels sell for because they're so lucrative. So that's just some insight on this channel specifically, but I want to go into some more granular details to basically break down for you guys. First of all, what is the criteria for a good niche? So now you guys are interested in getting into YouTube automation. I'm going to break down
what is a good niche? Like what actually makes a good niche? All right. So I'll break this down for you guys very, very simply. Number one, the audience that you're working with should be massive. You want to work with an audience that's absolutely huge, because the more the audience pool is, the bigger the audience pool is, the more potential views you're going to be getting. And also the quicker you're going to get data and feedback. You need data and feedback to be able to make data-driven decisions and actually calculate what kind of improvements need to be made. If you don't get data, it's very difficult to grow. So you want to be in an audience that's massive. Another thing is that you want there to be a lot of popularity and obsession, right? So you can go here and check out the Google Trends map, and you can see there's a lot of popularity for courtroom stuff, right? So you can literally see courtroom drama worldwide. It's super active, right? Super active. You can see the consistency over the past 12 months. It's there, right? So obsession is another thing too. I mean, in this niche, people are obsessed with, the outcomes, what's happening. People follow the trials. You want to get into a niche where you have popularity and obsession. Content availability. You want to make sure that where you're creating, in the niche that you're in, there's enough content being created on a daily basis or weekly basis that you can continue to grab, because we're using and leveraging other people's content to create our own and making it transformative. So you want to make sure that there's always content availability. And then ease of entry. Is it simpler to get into, or is it something that's extremely complex that takes a lot of research and a lot of fine tuning, and there's a lot of loops you have to get into? You don't want to go into a niche that has all that stuff. All right. Breakdown of this specific niche. So now we know the criteria of what it should look like, what you should do. Let's break down this specific niche and see if this is actually a good niche to begin with. All right. So number one, large and growing audience. All right. You want to have this, and this niche has that. It's a passionate audience, right? They love watching this stuff. They come back for it. The tenure of a niche. This has been around for a very long time. I mean, the courtroom videos go back to like the 70s, and they're happening today, and they're going to happen for the next hundreds of years. Evergreen, meaning it's been around for a while and it's going to be around for a long time, but it's a topic that doesn't actually die out. This is not a trending topic. It's not something that's interesting today and not interesting tomorrow. It's always going to be relevant and of interest forever. It also brings out strong emotions, curiosity, confusion, all these different things. The more emotion you can bring out of somebody when they're watching a video, the better, or even before they click the video. Clickbaity topics, right? You can actually use clickbait to create videos that are really compelling to people. This is all clickbait. I mean, these are AI images. They're insane screenshots with this insane emotion. I mean, you can even see some stuff here where they've done some really out of box stuff, which I wouldn't recommend, but putting like KKK stuff and this and that. Obviously this didn't happen, but they use clickbait to just compel the people to want to click on the videos and watch. It's absolutely genius. Drama, this really ties into everything else. Unlimited content, right? This really goes into the idea of having a niche that has content availability. This thing has unlimited content potential, right? And then entertaining. It's an absolutely entertaining niche. I mean, you're either making videos on YouTube to entertain, to educate, or to motivate. And this is an entertainment niche. All right. So that's my feedback on, is this a good niche? So I think absolutely it is. So I'm actually going to show you an example of one of my students, Addy. He actually picked a phenomenal niche. So he actually got into celebrity and he was able to catch some trends. So January, he did 1,100, February, 1,600, March, 2,900, and then jumped up to $29,000 in the first month of April there. And then May, 34,000. And this is the first week of June and ongoing. All right. This channel is absolutely going crazy. You can see here the messages. I did 20K in 8 days. He started scaling up his production, $60,000 in 2 months. This is the power of YouTube. So guys, he didn't create any videos himself. He didn't do anything. He has a team that he delegates the entire project to. And this also the key of picking the right niche. If you're in the wrong niche, you could be doing the same effort he did, the same everything. It's not going to convert. So it really is extremely crucial to pick the right niche. Guys, the next thing I want to go into is topic ideation. How do you actually find these topics? It's such an important thing because you can have the best video in the world. If you have the wrong topic, it's not going to convert. No one's going to want to watch it. So it's super important to understand this. So the first step I want to go over is topic saturation. You have to make sure that the topic you're looking at is not too saturated, right? Search for it first and refine by month and see if there's too many topics or also not enough. If no one is posting, this might mean there's not enough demand. And if there's too much demand, then they might be too saturated. So this is a really fine balance you guys need to understand. Find or take the topics and cross-reference them on YouTube. So take the topic or the title that you're going to create, put it in the search bar, paste it, and then search and refine by month. So the videos that have been posted in the last month. And if you see like 500 videos of the same topic, don't make another one. Don't post another one. But if you only see like 1 or 2, then that's also not good as well, because you want to make sure there's enough competition where people are actually actively searching for these videos. You don't want to be the first person to try and enter something and permeate something, because if you're first to something and you think something hasn't been done before, it probably has and it probably failed. That's just how YouTube works. So a lot of people ask, what is this too many people in YouTube, this and that? There's never going to be too many people, guys. There's about like 4.7 active billion users on YouTube. And only 2% of those are content creators, and the rest are watchers, are viewers. They're on the sidelines watching, while everyone else, the 2%, are the ones creating the content and cashing out on this opportunity. There's such an open sea of opportunity with YouTube automation, specifically because out of that 2%, 80% of those are personality channels. So 80% of the 2% is personality, people showing their face on camera. The rest are faceless channels. This opportunity is better than it's ever been before. The content demand is so high and the supply is actually very, very low. People think it's oversaturated. People think it's too late. It hasn't even started. It literally has not even started. Guys, next thing I want to talk about is finding reference channels. Super important as well is to, when you're looking for channels for influence, for reference, you want to find channels that have low subscribers and high view counts. If you try and find channels that have 1 million subscribers and then you look at their videos and you try and copy all their videos, it's not going to work for you because those videos are performing because of the fact that they have an established channel. They have a huge following that's going to watch their videos no matter what they post. So it's really important to find channels that have low subscribers and high view counts, because if they have high views, a very disproportionate amount of views versus how many subscribers they have, then that's a good indication, it's a very good indication that that video is a phenomenal video and it went viral because the algorithm dictated and determined that it's a good topic and it's packaged properly and it's just a good video overall. That's a video you want to emulate. That's a video you want to copy, all right? The next thing I'm going to teach you guys, this is absolute sauce. I've taken this straight out of my program. How I teach this to my students is the dummy account method. This is literally the most overpowered way to find the best topics in your niche. So first step, you guys need to create a new Gmail account and then create a fresh YouTube account with that Gmail. Then take a video, find a video, maybe take a video from this channel, copy the link, okay? Take a link from a video that you want to emulate, copy the link and then paste it into your new account on the new browser. So open a new browser, open that new account, and then watch the video through. Do not search this video, by the way. You must paste the link into the browser. Paste it, watch it, engage with it. Watch it through, engage as you normally would, like, comment, subscribe, all the normal stuff that a regular human being would do. Then head to the suggestions. So when you watch a video, there's suggestions on the side. Go to the suggestions and scroll through and find more videos that are just like this one, all right? And then what you want to do is right-click, open a new tab, and watch more videos. Watch them. Do this for like 20 to 30 minutes. Let's just say 30 here. Watch it for 20 to 30 minutes and then continue to engage with them just like the other one. What you're doing here is you're training the algorithm to understand that these are the kind of videos that you want to watch, right? The algorithm is designed to take your behaviors and your actions and optimize the algorithm to give you more of that. They're not going to actually show you people you're subscribed to. They're going to show you more of what you already watch. And we want to train this account because right now your other account is full of other stuff that you watched over the past however many years. You want to give it a fresh plate to just understand what you want. So the feed is going to now show you tons of relevant viral videos that you can copy. And the beautiful part is that most of these videos are going to show you are going to come from low subscriber, high view count channels. Because if you want to find viral videos, it's easy. Just type in the niche, you're going to find tons of videos that are viral, but they're all going to come from channels that have like 500,000, 1 million subscribers. You don't want those. You want the low subscriber, high view count videos. And these are the ones that the algorithm is actually going to bring you. It's absolutely genius. Like, this is the sauce. This is how all my students find the best videos to copy. So hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Let's keep going into the editing process. So I want to break down the exact editing process of what makes this channel go absolutely viral with literally every single video they post. Like, look at this. This video was posted 4 weeks ago, 1.2 million views, 1 month ago, 1.6. Like, these stats are absolutely mental. Now let's break down the exact editing process. So for the intro, the channel is consistently starting their videos by previewing the most outrageous and emotionally stimulating scenes from the video. Usually shows 2 to 3 quick scenes and then starts the video. There's usually also a tense buildup of music and sound effects whenever possible to add to the tension of the scenes. They also do a very quick intro that they play after the scenes, like the 2 or 3 scenes. I don't honestly recommend this. So if you guys are planning on adding an introduction to your videos, like an animated thing with your logo, just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's a waste of time. It distracts the viewer. In this specific channel, there's actually no voiceover for the intro. It's just the scenes that are designed to build up the curiosity. All right, just so you guys know. Moving into the body. The editor does a great job at visually captivating the audience by blurring out specific sections, so teasing them till later. And this is done in a collaborative way with the script, of course. Now, also, another thing they do is they show screenshots of text, documents, proof, and then they animate the highlight. And then they also continue to tense music throughout the video. And this is what I mean by the animated highlight. They show like the source material, and then they just animate it with a highlight as the person's talking. This is a really cool way to just keep the viewer engaged. It's just a very simple animation that just brings the overall quality of production a lot higher. And for the outro, so the editor ends the video quickly and abruptly, but make sure to give a 1-sentence CTA, a call to action, to prompt the viewer to watch the next video. There's also strong uses of pattern interrupts that are used to captivate the viewer. So text on screen, blurs, moving elements, sound effects, they all play a part in the engagement, all right? And another thing that's very important is that the voiceover is very suiting for the niche. So the voiceover that they choose for this channel is absolutely perfect, right? So the wrong voiceover can actually kill the retention if the voice doesn't suit the niche of the style of the video. So in this one, it's a low mature voice, which is perfect for the niche. Also, the quality of this editing is perfect. It's not over edited. It's actually great for relative beginners and is tasteful and clean. So if you guys want to get into this, the barrier of entry is really quite low in a sense, because you can definitely find a lot of team members, a lot of editors who can do this style of content and do really, really well with it. All right. So I'm going to share an example of one of my students who actually crushed it with the content creation. Not only did he do so well with the content itself, he's in a niche that, talks about Amazon products, but he built systems and created SOPs and standards where this entire channel is completely automated. He says he's about to start a shorts channel. But what he's done with his channel is that he literally only works 1 hour a week. He has a quality control team and a project manager who basically does all the work. They communicate with the team. They send the files back and forth. They do the revisions. The quality control person watches it at the end to make sure there's nothing wrong. And if there is, they send it back for revisions. Project manager will post his videos for him. He'll manage the comments. The entire business is completely automated. He told me he doesn't work more than 1 hour a week, and he makes $5,500 a month. Now, this is in collaboration with his other job. He's a CFO at a big company, and he's a family with 3 kids. He's a very, very busy guy. Okay, so this guy does not have time to be doing this kind of stuff, but he found time. So he moved some things around. He prioritized this business because he understood potential was very, very high. So he obviously prioritized his time and took more time up front to build out the systems, because of course it takes time to build these things out. He built them out, automated the entire thing, and now he's completely passive, completely off board. So he doesn't touch anything. He doesn't even come up with the topics, really. He has a team that helps him with that. 1 hour a week, guys, to make $5,500 a month. And the profit margins are absolutely mental. He's at like 89, 87%, I think he said, profit margin. Absolutely freaking mental, guys. Let's move on to the next one, which is the scripting process. All right. So I'm going to break down exactly the scripting process that makes this channel blow up and get millions and millions of views. So I have here, I broke down the script. I should download the scripts. I'm going to break down just specific things that I noticed that they've done that have made their videos go viral. So this is the intro script there with the 2 to 3 scenes. And then it's like here, this is Jaleel Smith Riley, who's facing charges for murder in Michigan. Riley Smith was involved in an armed robbery. So as you can see here, they got straight into the meat of the video. So it's not like, hey, this is the channel. It's what we're going to be doing. Welcome to the video. We're going to be talking about this. None of that stuff, guys. It's so important to just get straight into the meat of the video. All right. Something like here, it's like helping us get through the hard times. And as if Smith Riley's crime wasn't outrageous enough, his reaction to the sentence was even more dramatic during the trial of August 11, 2021. Smith Riley pleaded guilty to aggravated murder and attempted murder. However, he later decided to withdraw his guilty plea against the advice of his attorneys, as well as beginning this and that. So the point here is unsuspected turn of events, which is a pattern interrupts, and re-engagement. So by this time, you get to this point in the script, you may have already started to nod your head and nod off and go to sleep. So something like this, always adding pattern interrupts and re-engagement hooks are so important, because something is, things are already getting kind of like normal and expected, and then you add something unpredicted and it automatically shoots back up the retention and gets people get the attention up right again. So the last thing here is receiving a sentence. Smith Riley also received an additional sentence of 11 years for related attempted murder charge. However bad you think Smith Riley's case was, he can't be compared to the infamous case of TJ Lane. This is TJ Lane, who's facing charges for multiple murders in Ohio. TJ, he was convicted American murder who gained notoriety after committing horrific crime at high school, whatever. Perfect transition to the next scene, guys, leveraging past scene and aligning it smoothly with the next. So when they're going from scene to scene to scene, they're not just like, okay, and next scene. And then this person had this, but it's like, if you think that this person's bad for XYZ, you'll want to watch this because this person really blows it out of the water. Gangster. Like absolutely perfect what they've done. This seamless transitions. They really think about the psychology of how they can approach transitioning from scene to scene to scene. So that's one thing I want to mention here is basically just the simple things that they do. They follow the structure and they have a structure in place. So they have a standard operating, they call SOPs, the standard operating procedures, which are basically standards that they have for their teams. Their script writers are using the same standards, and they're using that for every single video. It's the same thing you can watch in every single video. It's the same theme, same format. All right. So a student that did that really, really well for me was a student who did this in the documentary niche for cars. So he created a car documentary and he got 1 million views in his first month. And not only did he get 1 million views in his first month, this was his first video he ever posted. Okay, his first video, 1 million views. All right. And another student is in the niche that kind of talks about personality types. And you could see here from the way that he scripted his video, both these students, the way they scripted their videos, because scripting is basically the formats, the backbone and the skeleton of the video. It's what holds people together and what gets people to watch from second 1 to second 10 to second 100 and so on and so forth. And this video as well, this student does a fantastic job at incredible storytelling to the point where he has videos that he posted years ago that people are still engaging with today. They're leaving comments and likes, but the thing is that they have incredible engagement. And if you read all these, they all say, thank you for the video. The format was incredible. And it just, if you have videos that are converting really well, they're created really, really well with really strong attention to detail and intention behind the words of everything you say, you're going to get incredible reactions, number one, from the audience, but number two, from YouTube, and they're going to reward you very, very well. All right. So the next step I want to go over is thumbnails, right? So I'm going to showcase some of the thumbnails they've done. They're absolutely mental, like phenomenal. So they do some great stuff. A lot of psychological triggers are pulled here. Some AI images are thrown in. Everything is manipulated to the point where it's just trying to show the most extreme peak, emotion as possible, or controversy, whatever it is, right? So thumbnail analysis, this is my breakdown. So formula, the owner finds clips of extreme emotion and showcase them directly on the thumbnail. They leverage a split screen style thumbnail, which is able to showcase more of the footage so the viewer can see it if they would have clicked. Why this actually works. Number one, it builds intrigue, right? So everyone who sees this thumbnail is immediately interested and able to draw different conclusions or impressions. High emotion is another one. Instead of just using a person who's in court appearing sad, they actually use screenshots of someone expressing extreme emotion of anger or insanity, which piques much more interest or curiosity, right? So how can you guys use this thumbnail strategy for yourself? Well, the number one thing you guys can do is take the split screen strategy. This is actually mental. It works so well, and it works well to either showcase more of a specific scene or just to build up more interest. And it can also be used as before and after fashion to basically give contrast of what the outcome could potentially be. The second thing is utilizing extreme emotion whenever possible. So people are attracted to people and emotion. The more you show in your thumbnail, the more it will actually pique your audience's interest to click. And also, most of the thumbnails they create are done with AI. So I'm literally going to show you and actually give you a strategy to create thumbnails just like this with a couple clicks, like literally some drag and drop and some clicks. And you can create thumbnails just like this without any experience, without any work. I literally built out a custom bot that does this for you in a couple clicks. So you can generate images just like this. I'm going to show you an example here. I literally took a thumbnail from their videos and I screenshot it and pasted it here. All I did was paste it, all right? What it did immediately is that it's already prompted. It has some prompt engineering done into it. And what it's going to do first, it's going to break down the thumbnail. It's going to say the emotion and controversy, the character focus, the background and context, the lighting and colors, chains and all the props, the things that it's going to analyze it and break it down and also give recommendations, right? It's going to say, hey, this is what it is, and here's how you can make some recommendations for improvement. Now, the crazy thing is, it's not only going to give you feedback, it's actually going to take all the feedback that it gave you and it's going to go ahead and create another image for you based on the reference image. And this is the first thing I did. I didn't say anything, literally nothing. Actually, it gave me a few messages here saying there's some swastikas and some things that are against, their terms of service. So they said, this is what we can do to make it, work and be within the TOS, the terms of service. Is that okay with you? And I said, yeah, please proceed and make those adjustments. This is what I got first. And I said, okay, make him look a little more crazy and intimidating. Cool. Then I said, keep going. And I got this. So obviously this is not what the original photo is, but this is actually a phenomenal photo. It's very high quality, very hyper realistic. And you could just keep going. You just keep giving it more prompts and changing it and just getting it all the way down to the point where you get something exactly like you imagine. But all I did was upload a thumbnail and it did all the work for me. So I'm going to give you guys this bot for free. I'm going to leave a link in the description. You guys can use it and reference it and play with it as much as you want. It's such a great tool because thumbnails are actually very difficult to do in this niche if you try and hire somebody or do it yourself. So with this bot, it actually saves you guys a ton of money and a ton of time. So let's go back to the video. I'm going to actually show another example here of how a student was able to use a very high converting thumbnail to get insane amount of return. So this is the thumbnail that he used for an animal attack channel. This is the result he got, all right? This is literally in 4 months. So he posted the video and 4 months later made $15,000, all right? Absolutely mental, guys. Absolutely mental. Like, he cashed out so fucking hard on this video. All right, so now guys, we've basically broken down all the main elements of the channel. So I'm going to give you guys my overview of the niche and the channel itself and my takeaways and thoughts. All right, so let's start off with this niche. Basically, I give it a 9 out of 10. I absolutely think it's such a phenomenal niche. There's so much trajectory with this. There's so much potential. All the things just check off the boxes one after another. There's an ease of entry, unlimited content ideation, new and old. It allows for AI. You can actually use our ChatGPT plugin to create thumbnails within seconds. You can compile lots of scenes together and create longer videos. This is another strategy that they do as well. You can see here they have some longer videos, 48 minutes, an hour 27, an hour 18. So they just take more and more and more scenes and put them together to create a longer video. And they do this because YouTube loves watch time. So the longer your video is and the better the retention is, the more money it's going to make, right? And the more longer the video is, the more ads you can throw in there and the more money you make, right? Can compile. So there's lots of demand for the videos, not a crazy amount of competition. And also, guys, remember, competition is good. This is actually the crazy thing about YouTube. You need competition. If no one is getting views in your niche, then you're not actually going to be able to leverage the suggested. So if there's videos in your niche that are not getting 1 million, 10 million views, then you'll never get recommended under these viral videos. And if you get recommended under a video that gets 10 million views, you get 10 million impressions. These are 10 million potential views. So if your niche is just not getting crazy activity, there's not a lot of people in it or going viral, that's a bad sign. It's going to be very difficult for you to grow and penetrate that niche. So you actually need to have competition. It's very, very good for YouTube. Niche overall has an amazing longevity factor because it's been around for a while and this is super evergreen, but also you can tap into trending, right? So there's also crazy cases that are happening right now that are very popular. They're on the news. You can also tap into those and leverage and trend jack what's happening right now. Just another thing. Content costs, very, very important. So the range between these videos is between $75 to $100 for an entire video. Scriptwriter, voiceover, video editor, thumbnail. And the breakdown of that, just so you guys know, scriptwriter is between $20 to $30, video editor is between $20 to $30, voiceover is between $10 to $15, or you can actually utilize AI. And thumbnails is the same thing, $10, $15. You can also utilize AI to create the videos. Now, guys, if you actually want to learn how to come up with put together the teams, I also have here a recommendation. I do recommend you either go to Fiverr or Upwork, and the team consists of a scriptwriter, a voiceover artist, a video editor, and a thumbnail designer. It's very, very simple. You can go to the platforms, just search up YouTube scriptwriter, YouTube thumbnail, YouTube all these things, and you'll find an abundance of freelancers who are willing to work with you to create these videos instantly. So the last thing I want to show you is the AI voice generator. So instead of you going out and hiring a voiceover artist, which you absolutely can do, if you can find one that's reasonably priced, that's fine. But if you don't want to, you can actually leverage AI voiceovers because they're phenomenal. Like, honestly, I'm going to be very honest. They're so hyper realistic these days. And it's just so convenient because you could just put in a script and within seconds you have it back instead of sending it to somebody, waiting for it back, maybe making changes. Potentially there's delays that cause you to, hold back production. With this, it's very instant. So I'm going to just take a segment of the script and just play one of the voiceovers that I found that could actually be suitable for the niche, and you'll see exactly how great it is.
This is Jaleel Smith Riley, who is facing charges for murder in Michigan. Smith Riley was involved in an armed robbery.
So obviously this is a raw. So you can add different emphases, you can change it, you can make it quicker, you can get rid of the gaps and the pauses, all that kind of stuff. And it's super, super cheap. I think it's like $15-20 a month for this, and you can make so many different voiceovers with such a low amount of investment into the voiceovers. So guys, that encompasses the entire video. Now, if you guys don't want to do this on your own, if you do want to have someone with you in the trenches and supporting you with every single step of the way and guiding you and giving you all the feedback and revisions and having that step-by-step one-on-one engagement, then we do offer one-on-one mentorship and coaching. So if you guys want to actually get all of my systems, a roadmap, all the tricks and tips that I have created and amassed over the few years that I've been doing YouTube automation, then you can join my program. You can hop on a call with my team and see if you qualify, because I'm going to be very honest, we do not take every single person. We actually only take a few people a month, and we do this because we want to be as intimate and selective with the people that we work with. Otherwise, we're actually not going to be able to provide the success, and we're not going to maintain the level of success that we have. Right now, we have a fantastic success rate. We're able to get people making a minimum of $5,000 in the first 6 months of working with us, which is an absolutely mental return, and we should guarantee that on the back end. So because we have a guarantee, because we have such high expectations, we can't work with every single person in the world. So if you're interested at all, I'll leave a link under this video. You can book a call with my team and see if you qualify. If you do, fantastic. I'm happy to see you guys on the other side. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you guys on the next one.
You've been seeing all the faceless videos pulling millions of views, all the animations, the AI voices, the stats, and all the success stories. Meanwhile, you're working long hours, juggling deadlines, you're doing everything right. Good job, steady income, but deep down you're wondering, is this it? You've got responsibilities, a reputation, and you're not about to start being a dancing monkey online. But you also can't shake the feeling of being left behind. Because somewhere out there, someone with less time, less skill, no face on camera just made $11,000 from a single YouTube video. No followers, no editing skills, just one idea executed properly. So how did they do it? And more importantly, can you do the exact same thing? So in today's video, I'm gonna share the exact channel that was able to generate all of this income and a lot of other channels that are doing the exact same thing. And most importantly, I'm gonna show you how to do it all from scratch with no prior experience and no filming. I need you to make sure that you watch this video all the way until the end, because missing specific steps is going to ensure that this entire thing will not work for you. And also, if you want to gain access to my community where I share an abundance of knowledge for absolutely free with other like-minded YouTubers and go live twice a week for free, then you need to finish the video to find out exactly how you can join. So it's time to break down one of the easiest channels that you can get into right now in 2025 to create a passive income stream for you and your family. So let's get into it. All right, so I want to jump straight into the video and show you guys exactly what channel that I'm talking about, where it was able to generate around $11,000 from one single video within 1 month of opening the channel and posting on YouTube. So as we can take a look here, the channel is called Barely Evolved. They have 44,000 subscribers with one video, and their first video hit 2.7 million views in 4 weeks time. Now, if we look at the next level extension, it'll be able to show us exactly how much this channel has earned, how much this video, more importantly, has earned. And then from here, we can kind of just understand how serious an opportunity like this is. Because if one channel can generate more than most people make in 1 month with just the effort of only creating one video, then you can kind of extrapolate how lucrative an opportunity like this really is, right? So as you can see, $11,000 earned in the last 28 days. That's from one video on a monetized channel. Let me just hit a refresh here so you can see this channel is monetized, right? So just to emphasize how incredibly lucrative this is, understand that the person that's running this channel, nobody knows that they exist. Nobody knows now, nobody will ever know as well. They didn't create the videos themselves. They actually hired somebody to create the videos for them. Somebody wrote the script, did the voiceover, did the thumbnail, and edited the video. That means the entire process was outsourced and delegated to someone else. Yet the owner of the channel was able to generate over 5 figures of revenue from only paying once for a video, right, to get posted online and then for people to watch it. And so that's just hopefully shining a light on how incredibly lucrative YouTube is, especially now in 2025, because not only was all of it done by somebody else, very likely a lot of it was done by AI. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can create the same video and get the same kind of results on a channel for yourself with only spending the minimal amount of money and also having very minimal amount of skills that are necessary for you to do this. Because number one, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done, and I'm going to show you how to do it as financially sustainable as possible to keep the cost low, and just to do this for, beginner friendly all the way to advanced. It's going to work for everyone. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys a bunch of different channels that are doing the exact same thing as we speak and are making tons of money. And as I'm showing you these channels, what's really important here and what's super valuable is that you're going to learn not only how to do this channel for yourself, but you're also going to learn what is working the best right now. This is the niche. This is the style and bucket of niche that's working incredibly well all around YouTube. I'm going to show you tons of examples to prove that this is working right now. And if you are interested in getting started on YouTube, this might be a direction you want to look into, because number one, it converts exceptionally well. It's just this animation style videos that I'm going to talk about. They convert exceptionally well. Number two, you're essentially building a moat around your business, around this YouTube channel. And a moat is essentially like the massive water that went around the castles back in the day to defend themselves from the enemies. So essentially creating a protective barrier around you so that your channel can't get taken down. You can't get hit with copyright. No one can come after you. No one can shut you down, because you're essentially creating completely original content. So you don't have to worry ever about anything copyright, right? So getting into the first example we have here, which is Paint Professor, all right? This is going to be the Paint Explainer 2D animation, 1D animation style videos, all right? Very simple stuff. Worst spawn points in history explained, every real life skill to max, totally wrong facts about animals everyone still believe. It's basically just interesting information, but that's created in a 2D animation style explainer with humor. The key here is humor. The reason why these work really well, why people anticipate watching videos like this and enjoying them, is because you not only are going to learn something, but you're also going to be entertained. And this is the perfect combination of both education and entertainment. Insert an entirely new category of content called edutainment. So edutainment is the niche. That's what it is. And the way we're creating it is through animation videos. Now, I want to say one thing also very, very important here. I've seen a lot of channels already find this channel and try and do this on their own. And so what they did, I've seen like 4 or 5 new channels, brand new, one video, and they did literally the exact same thing. The worst time in history to be born as a human, with a very similar thumbnail. And I watched the video. They tried their best to make it as closely as possible to this, make it original, but it's still basically the same thing with really horrible animations, horrible script, all that stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how not to screw up like these other people did, how to actually create a really good video, how to emulate this correctly, and how to see success even on your first video of posting. All right. So now let's go into the examples. As we can see, they've done this very, very well of copying this channel. So they found this channel for sure, and they copied it and did this topic right here. Worst spawn points in history explained is very similar to the worst time in history to be born as a human. It's actually the same concept, but it's packaged differently. And so they've done an exceptional job at packaging the same video and getting the same, appealing to the same market audience and appealing to the same topic demand, but doing it in a unique and creative way. That's why this channel is going to do really well. That's why this video specifically is going to do very well. It's already done 25,000 views in the last 7 days. It's definitely going to scale up from there. So looking into the stats of this channel specifically, they're doing about 1.1 million views per month. All right. That's actually really not bad for a channel that definitely generates between $5,000 to $6,000 per 1,000 views, which means 1 million views would generate them about $5,000 to $6,000. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how that actually works. So if you get paid $5 for every 1,000 views, right? And let's say you get 1 million views. Now, if you divide a million views by 1,000, because we get paid for every 1,000, you get about 1,000. So that number right there is going to be multiplied the RPM. So if the RPM is $5, you get paid at $5 for every 1,000 views. If it's $10 or $15 or $3, you get paid this number for every 1,000 views. So you take the 1 million views, you divide by 1,000, you get 1,000, and multiply that by 5 because you get paid $5 for every 1,000 views. That'll give you about $5,000. So that's how that calculation works. That's how we get paid as YouTubers. And the reason we get paid is because of all the ads that are shown on our videos. So every time 1,000 ads are shown, we get paid $5 or $10 or whatever the niche is actually willing to pay. It's all depending on where the viewer is coming from and the niche itself are the two main variables of why we get paid distinctive amounts per niche. All right. So now going back to the main thing, we look at this channel, they're doing about 1.1 million views, which is fantastic, around maybe $5,000, $6,000, maybe $7,000 per month. That's actually down, by the way, 70% since last month. So they were actually doing around maybe 2 million views last month. It has gone down. That means something just got pushed out of the algorithm. So last month they even made probably $14,000, $15,000 easily. Moving on, we have the next channel, which is J-Done History. Same concept. And also one of the key things I really want to show you here is a bucket. Now, a bucket is a style of video or a basically bracket or category of video that consistently works on channels over and over and over again. And so as you can hopefully see here, there's a specific bucket that works exceptionally well. All right. If we look at the latest videos, we see every layer of the Christian afterlife explained. Every United States war explained. Every wonder of the world explained. Every layer of the internet explained. Every. So every ... explained. Every ... explained. All right. So if we go even here, I have another channel I can show you guys. I don't even pull it up, but I can know for a fact that they're doing the exact same thing. Every NBA story for Too Dark for ESPN. Every ... Every single video is every ... explained. That is a bucket. Is a very powerful bucket. A channel like this is doing 3.6 million views. They're doing at least almost $20,000, actually much more. Sorry, this channel is not getting $5 per 1,000 views because their videos are 30 minutes. They're getting at least $8 to $10 per 1,000 views, which means if they're doing 3 million views, they're doing around $30,000 per month on a basketball channel that is just simple explainer videos. If you watch the video, they're very simple. Wouldn't cost that much to create the videos. And so it's the idea, it's more the idea sometimes that makes you the money versus the implementation, just knowing where to look. And this is a bucket style that's working exceptionally well. I'll show you some more examples, all right? This channel, Professor Stein, all right? Same thing, every ... by explained by a German, every ... explained, every ... explained. They have their own niche, which is explained by a German. As you can see, 3 million views, right? On a 17, 20-minute video. They're also probably doing between $6 to $8 per 1,000 views. And so again, just showing you how incredibly lucrative this is, you need to understand that there's opportunities here. You just need to know where to look. And that's the key of working with somebody who has the experience, right? Another channel, Telo Pinto, all right? They're doing 1.9 million views. Same thing. Every. They have tons of these. The most explained or every explained. Look at the patterns. Look at the commonalities, because what you're going to see here are patterns of behaviors and patterns of interest. And when you find those patterns of interest, you emulate them for yourself and you can see success on your own channel. You need to know where to look. And most people are just looking in the wrong directions. And then they blame YouTube, they blame their coach, they blame the environment and the economy, they blame all these different things, and they refuse to reflect in the mirror and point the finger at themselves because they didn't do the due diligence to really see what's working. And that's my job as well, to show everybody what's actually working, to show you guys that this business model actually works. Another channel here is the entire history of civilization, the entire history of the entire history, the entire history, right? That's another thing. Mind you, these are obviously longer videos, 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours. Sure. But there's a very similar concept, which is edutainment. Edutainment with education is the niche. That's the macro niche. And the way it's designed does vary. You can also do this style content and that style content, but edutainment is an extremely powerful niche and category to get into because it works extremely well. And a channel like this is doing 1.5 million views, but if you really look at the total amount of views they've done 22 million views on extremely long form content, which means, by the way, their channels are printing at least $20 per 1,000 views. All right. So if you take $20 per 1,000 views, you take 22 million, which you divide by 1,000, you get basically 22,000, and you multiply that by $20, you get a total of $440,000. That's how much was generated from this channel alone from only, by the way, only posting 10 videos. $440,000. So next time somebody wants to come to me and say, YouTube is a scam, it's not working, 2025 is too saturated, doesn't work, all the guys are promoting it, it's too late, too No, it is not. This stuff works no matter what time you're starting, whether it's 2 years ago, whether it's a month ago, whether it's today. It works now more than ever because the opportunities for AI and the demand for the content is higher than ever. So I'm going to show you one last example here before we get into the entire strategy. All right. We can see here one of my students' channels. If you look here, we can see this is the month of June. All right. In the month of June, which is, by the way, around 8 days ago, he's already generated $10,000 in the last 8 days. If we scroll past before and we do the month of May, we can see here that this channel did $41,000, 41.7, almost 41.8, $41,000. In the last 28 days, it's generating about $38,000 a month. All right. Now, this is, by the way, the exact same style content as everything else you've seen. Every ... explain, every ... explain, every ... explain. If you're going to tell me now that this stuff doesn't work, you're crazy. I have proof and evidence, and you can see here, it's not my channel, it's my student's channel, so I have viewer access. You can see here USD. This is not something, you know what, I'm going to refresh the screen for you guys just to see that it's obviously true. Now, going on to the creation of the videos, showing you guys that this stuff actually works is the first part. Number two is to show you how you can create this stuff for yourself. So the first step is to create a new channel. And what I'm going to show you guys is exactly the best place to come up with a name for your channel. So if you want to do something similar, again, don't do the same thing. Don't make the same mistake that everyone else did, which is just to copy it straight one-to-one and do the worst time to be born in history as a human being. No. Don't do that. You need to find your own unique edge. All right. So the first thing you can do is do some research on ChatGPT to find some outlier videos that would be resembling this topic. And you can also branch off and do your own thing similarly. Right. But the first step obviously is to create your channel and name it. And a really good website I like using is called Namelix. So you can come in here and you can just put in some keywords. So I put evolution and history. I could just click on generate, just click on auto, medium, and just let it do its thing. All right. Now it's going to basically generate a ton of different names that could work for my channel. And there's a key here. You guys need to really pay attention here, because if you just pick a name because you feel like it and it sounds good, you could find yourself in a lot of trouble if you don't do the next thing I'm going to show you. So let's say, okay, Primeval Media, Evolution TV, we have His Story, which is cool too. Timeline Realm, Uncut History. I like that. Let's say Uncut History. Now, this is the key. You need to go onto YouTube and you need to actually search that up, Uncut History. And what happens is we'll see here if somebody else has used this channel. As we can already see, History Uncut is one. It might be too similar. It actually might be too similar. Now, if the channel doesn't show up, you want to go here to filters and go to channel. And here you'll be able to see all the channels that are posting with that name. Now, if there's no one else that's posting it, then you can actually take this channel. And also, let's just say that this channel hadn't posted in 5 years or 10 years. You could definitely take it. Like, no one's going to come after you. They're obviously not taking it seriously. These people are posting, 3 days ago, 10 days ago. I would avoid that. So the first step is to find the channel name. And when you do find something, you need to cross-reference it on YouTube and make sure nobody else has that channel name before you start. Now, you need to go into ChatGPT and you need to find more topics similar to this video, right? So we want to go back here. We want to take a screenshot of this screen of what we see on that channel. We want to ask it this specific question, okay?
All right, so I basically said, please analyze the channel and the video that was posted. The video that went viral is in the edutainment category. I want 5 more videos that are similar in essence that can be created in 2D animation style. Please make sure that they're unique topics, yet would match the same theme, including history and evolution, but maintain clickbait and curiosity in this video. And by the way, guys, if you want these prompts I'm going to use for all this and the websites and links for everything, I'm going to have them posted in my free school community. So as soon as you join my free school community, which by the way is free, I give you an entire course for absolutely free, like a mega course with all this content. Plus we even go live twice a week on this channel, right? Literally for free. I go live, I audit your channel, do all that stuff. But if you join, you'll see the first post here with the links to everything I've talked about today with the prompts and everything. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this. It's free. There's no shame joining. All right. Let's just see now what kind of topics that we can choose. All right. So the video topic is worst time to be born as a human in history. So now we have 5 new topics. The evolutionary mistake that almost killed us all. The most dangerous job in human history. You were never supposed to sit in this much. Why your brain is still stuck in the Stone Age, and the apocalypse that actually happened. So now I actually did another search before, and one topic it came up with, which was an exceptional topic, which was the worst ways to die in history. I think that was very similar but different and unique to the original topic, which was the worst times in history to be born. So the topic we're going to go with in this example is worst ways to die in history, right? So now let's just say we chose the topic. The first step we need to do is to create a script, and I recommend just using ChatGPT or Claude to create the script. And again, in the description of this video, you're going to see the link to school. Once you join school, you'll see the post with this video. And in that post, you'll see a Google Doc with every single link, resources, and prompt. And so what you want to do is open up a new ChatGPT prompt or a new Claude prompt. And what you're going to want to do is just paste this exact prompt. Now, once it's done, it's going to ask you a few questions. The first thing it's going to do is ask you to upload the script of one of your competitors so it can analyze it and understand exactly how you want your script to be written. So once you do, which I just did here, I uploaded the entire script. It's going to then ask you a few more questions. So first, it's going to analyze and break it down exactly how the script is and what it requires. Then it's going to ask you a few questions. What's the title of the topic? Who's the target audience? What's the pacing? What tone? What humor should it prefer? And do you want to mimic the competitor or do a unique spin? And what kind of emotions do you want? So once you answer these questions, as you can see, the most painful ways to die in history, it's going to basically do exactly what I ask it to do, which is to start creating the video. It's going to start off with 3 different hook variations. And once you choose the right hook that you want, so as you can see here, I chose number 3. I like number 3. It's going to finalize the hook and start the body. And it's going to start with number 1, first paragraph, next paragraph, next paragraph. And if you enjoy the paragraphs, you can basically continue. So it asks you 3 different questions. Do you want to keep it as is and move to number 4? Do you want to expand it and add more detail? Or do you want to rework it with a completely different approach? And basically, you can just custom fine tune the script until it's ready. And when it's finally ready, you will receive a downloadable script file. As you can see here, the entire script all put together, which you can then just copy and paste it right into the next software, which is going to be your text-to-speech audio, right? So you can do 2 options. Number 1, you can send the script to a voiceover artist that you can find on Upwork or Fiverr, which is fine and that does work. But realistically, AI has developed so far, which it is almost indistinguishable to human. There's no need, it's not necessary to hire somebody anymore. You can literally just save your cost, especially at the beginning. As a beginner trying to save cost and be sustainable, you don't need to hire somebody. You could just use AI. So what I recommend using is something like 11 Labs, or you can use something like Google AI Studio. This is a new studio, has AI text-to-speech capacity, and there's 2 different options. You could do a single speaker audio or a multi-speaker audio, which is like a podcast style. Very interesting. But if you go to single speaker, they have a bunch of different voices. They're really not too bad at all, and it is basically free. To my knowledge, it is completely free as of now. Again, I'll have a link in the description. You could just put in the text, press run. It's going to spit out an entire text-to-speech audio. You can even add different tones. If you want it to be louder, softer, whisper, you can really customize it. And again, it's free. Or you can do the classic 11 Labs, put in the prompt, find the voiceover artist that you want, and just have it spit out a perfect prompt. Also, 11 Labs V3 has come out, which gives you a lot more flexibility, a lot more fluctuation, a lot more cadence, a lot more quality, which really can emphasize how real these voiceovers will sound in your videos. And that's the main thing. We just want to be as real as possible. All right, so now that the script is done, you basically have 2 options on how to complete the video. When it comes to the editing, you can either do it yourself or you can delegate it out to somebody else. Now, considering that we're doing this in a 2D animation style, maybe I don't recommend completely doing this on your own, especially if you have no experience. It may prove to be very difficult, very time consuming, and very tedious.
If you're willing to take the challenge, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that teach you exactly how to create these videos on your own with no experience. If you want to use Canva or some like basic editing apps, you can 100% do it. But if you want to do it the right way and hire somebody who is experienced and you can basically delegate this part out to somebody else, you absolutely can. It's going to cost you a little bit of money, but I'm going to show you if you went to Upwork and you went to go hire somebody else, you would basically just post a job. And what something I wrote was basically, I'm looking for a talented animator to create simple 2D animated videos ranging between 4 to 7 minutes for a YouTube channel. If you have experience producing engaging videos in the animations, and I gave 2 examples here, please message me with your portfolio and samples. I'm looking to pay around $10 to $15 per minute and seeing somebody who's reliable, delivers on time. Only apply if you've done work like this in the past, and do not apply if you don't send your portfolio. That's all you have to write. So whenever I'm looking to hire somebody, I basically use this very similar template, just give some examples, say this is the pricing I'm looking for, and only reply with a portfolio. And from here, you'll start building a long list of people that are qualified to work with you, and you can choose who makes most sense. But just keep in mind, if you're posting videos like this and you're going to pay between $10 to $15 per minute, expect to pay a little bit more for the videos simply because the editing will cost more. But keep in mind, these videos, as I've shown you all the other channels in the previous, they convert exceptionally well. They're all doing a minimum of 1 million views up to 3 to 4 million views per month, which means they're minimum making around $5,000 up to $40,000 per month. So this style of editing, the style of video, and this niche itself does cost a little bit more if you're going to delegate the editing, but the trade-off is exceptional. It will pay off because these videos convert so well and they easily go viral. And also you have nothing to worry about when it comes to copyright and anything that could potentially put you in a negative place. So continuing on, let's just say you hire somebody, then it's just going to go straight to the editor. You bring it back. It looks good. You post it. Now, the last thing to do to finish your video is to create a thumbnail. So let's go ahead and create a thumbnail using ChatGPT. The first step is to go back to the channel. And once you click on it, you can see a small little thing here that says download and copy thumbnail. I can click on download, then boom, I all of a sudden have the thumbnail downloaded straight to my computer. If you don't have this extension here, by the way, you need to go to my school community. You need to go over here to Classroom, you need to go to Growth Tools, and you need to sign up for the Next Level extension over here. I even have a code for 20% off. It's like $13 a month. It is game changer. You see everything you need to know about the channel and analytics, find similar channels, download thumbnails, download the scripts, has everything you need. It's a 10 out of 10 tool that you need if you're going to do YouTube automation seriously. So now we go back to ChatGPT and we just upload the image and we write this script exactly. All right, so what I've said is please analyze the thumbnail and create one similar to it using the same cartoonish style and character theme. The topic is still the most painful deaths in history, so please create something that could represent this topic correctly, and do add text to the image saying banned in 63 countries, something I just thought of, and make sure the thumbnail has strong contrast and very clickable, size 1280 by 720. And it did give me something I didn't really necessarily like. I just said it's a little bit too dark, I don't like what's happening on the left, and I don't want it to write the most painful deaths in history. And so I tried again and it said banned in 63 countries. I think this is personally actually really good. I really think there's a really good contrast here. The emotion's good. The text stands out. Personally, I think it's a really good thumbnail. And again, it took me literally 2 tries to get this thing right with a very simple prompt just by emulating what was already working. Now I can go deeper and say I wanted a little bit of a different face. If I want to change something around, a little bit of color correction, whatever it is you want, you can just do it with a few simple English prompts or any language you want to make this thing work. So I don't think we're in a time and place where you need to be delegating everything out to people and hiring freelancers and experts and designers. You can do all this stuff on your own. And I literally teach you for free in my school community how to do all this stuff. So you don't need to go and hire and delegate all these things and waste all this money when this is, number one, something that you can do by yourself. And number two, a skill set that's extremely valuable for you to know and learn for yourself so that you can do this and be self-sufficient and generate income online without anyone's help. So now that we have the script done, the voiceover done, the thumbnail created, and assuming that you hired somebody else to create the video for you on Upwork, you essentially have the entire channel created. And so there's 2 things I'm going to leave you with on this video to ensure that you are set up for success. Number 1, before you post on your channel, there's something you need to do, which is warming up your account. This is something that not many coaches out there are going to tell you. They're going to gatekeep it, but I'm telling you now, it is so vital to your success. Warming up your account consists of 2 different things. Number 1, going on the channel that you've created, optimizing it and everything, and going on YouTube and searching for the topic. So let's just say I write the worst times to be born in history. As we can see, there's quite a few videos. This one 2 days ago, the one we've been looking at, one 3 months ago, one 2 years ago. So a lot of different videos. You want to basically find these. As you can see, this is one I referred to literally earlier, the worst time in history to be born as a human. No views, 3 days, not a good video as well. And a lot of other people that have tried emulating it. But the point is you need to watch these videos, consume them, as a YouTuber, as a viewer, as a consumer, and let YouTube know exactly the kind of content that you're interested in creating by watching that exact content, and also just acting like a human. Watch a video, like, comment, subscribe, then watch another one, watch it all the way through, maybe another one 50% through, another one 30% through, then leave another like, another comment, subscribe. Don't do every single video, like, comment, subscribe, another video, like, comment, subscribe. It's going to trigger a bit of bot activity, but really just watch YouTube like a human being. And the second part of this warming up account is to basically optimize the home feed. So here, if I look here and this video is not related to what my channel is, I can go not interested. I can go here, not interested. And I can keep on going on the home feed, clicking not interested until I've optimized my home feed to basically trigger YouTube to help me find more content that I'm looking for and help it understand the kind of content that I'm creating and I want to watch. This is going to be the essential parts of warming up your account. And the more warm your account is, the better and more likely your videos are to go viral because your YouTube trust score is much higher. So there's a such thing as a trust score. How much YouTube actually trusts you to be human versus a bot. If they think you're a bot, they're not going to push your content. If they think you're human, they're going to push your content. So that pretty much wraps up the entire step-by-step process on creating this channel and these videos for yourself. Look, you're not crazy for wanting more time, more income, and more control. And you're not selfish. You're just waking up to the reality that the old system, the one that promised you retirement and the reward, well, it's crumbling. And you don't need to go viral. You don't need to be a YouTuber, but you do need a new vehicle. And if this video planted a seed, then maybe, just maybe, there's a better way. And don't let it die here. Down below, you're gonna find a link. It's not a course, it's not a funnel, and it's not just some passive income fairy tale. It's a path, a starting point, something I wish I had when I was exactly stuck where you are right now. So take the next step or don't, but don't lie to yourself tomorrow and say that you don't know where to start, because now you do. So I decided to clone a channel that I found which made $30,000 in 4 short months. And there's a couple reasons you should watch this video. Number one, I'm gonna show you exactly step by step how you can create a channel like this for yourself. Number two, you need to understand where we are, right? AI is growing at an unprecedented rate. We are creating videos that are indistinguishable from human creation, but we're doing it at a fraction of the cost, which now in turn lowers the barrier of entry and increases how absolutely lucrative this opportunity is and has ever been. YouTube automation has been around for a long time. It's always been a great idea. It's always been a great business model. But now with AI, we're creating videos and you're able to create videos that you could never do before. What would normally cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars is now costing you minimal subscription costs every month just to run the software and a little bit of time. So if you watch from the beginning to the end, I'm literally going to show you as an absolute beginner how you can create a channel just like the one I'm going to show you guys today, set up the channel, create the topics, create the entire videos, to upload them and to scale the entire thing. I'm going to show you the whole thing. And this is going to be a step-by-step video. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. And so it's going to give you, a complete beginner, a real chance at generating an income online, making you $5,000 to $10,000, $20,000 a month online with literally no experience. And so guys, I'm not just talking out of my ass here. I've scaled many channels to $30,000, $40,000 a month. It's not that difficult once you have the system, you know what to do, you know where to look, which niches to focus on. And I've also had many students do the same thing. I have a student right now making like $30,000 a month within 7 months of joining the program. So I understand how this stuff works and I know exactly which niches are working and I know how to systemize this thing so you can get repeatable results. And so I can show you plenty of testimonies. You can look online, just Google me, you'll find me literally everywhere. I have a mentorship program with hundreds of students and hundreds of testimonies with people just like you who started off with absolutely no experience that are making a shitload of money online with YouTube. Again, have never made a video in their life. No one that I work with has ever touched YouTube, content creation, any of this stuff. I teach them from scratch. And so you can do the same thing. And I'm going to show you guys through this video exactly how to do it. So I'm not going to waste your time, all right? This is me edifying myself. I want you to know who's talking to you, who's teaching you this stuff actually has an idea of what they're talking about. I'm doing this because I understand intrinsically how this stuff works. And I want to show you the step-by-step process that I'm using, that my students are using, to make a lot of money. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm going to be talking about this niche today. This is kind of like the secret archives, hidden history, that kind of niche. And it's actually really interesting because these videos are very simple to make, but they're incredibly popular and also they're very timeless. And why you'd want to create something as timeless is because imagine the effort you put in today. You will continue to get compensated for years and years and years. Imagine you make a video once and 3, 4, 5 years go down the road, and people are still watching your content. That's the kind of content you want to be creating. That's the strategy that you want. And that's the beauty of YouTube automation is the ability to create content once and continue to get compensated for it for years to come because you created a timeless video. That's what I'm going to teach you guys today. All right. So these videos are very easy to make. Like, I kid you not, very, very easy. I'm just going to play one of them so you can see exactly what it looks like.
Imagine that you could open an invisible portal around you, a mystical circle of
And so as you can see, it's just one script and it alternates through a bunch of different photos. Now, that's literally all the video is. It's literally all it is. And if you go back here, you can see, if you sort by most popular, you will see some videos that have done incredibly well. We see in 4 months, this video did 1.9 million views. This one did 800,000 views, 500,000 views, 400,000 views. All these videos are taking off. And even something that was done 4 months ago is getting 660 views per hour. This one 3 months ago, 400 views per hour. The effort that was put in years ago is being compensated for today. That's so incredible. There's literally nothing like this. This is the beauty of automation. We don't sell things, right? We don't have clients. We don't do email marketing. We don't run ads. We don't have client fulfillment. We don't have shipping and returns. We don't do any of that stuff. We don't have to deal with all the difficulties of running a traditional business, whether online or offline. This is a complete game changer when it comes to making money online and just making money in general. All right. I have another channel here called Library of Thorth, and basically it's the same exact thing. So you can see here, this channel is literally only 1 month old with 24 videos. And if you sort by most popular, 380,000 views, 90,000 views, 47,000 views. It's only 1 month old. These are all videos that are taking off in the algorithm. They're slowly growing, right? So this is what the niche is. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly how to execute it. I've actually gone ahead and created all the prompts for you guys. You don't have to do a single thing. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to emulate this success on your own channel, step by step. So the first thing you actually want to do is to name your channel. All right. So first you want to go to Namelicks. Once you go to Namelicks, you can go here and just select this and go through the entire process of creating a name. So you want to type in something like History Secrets. All right. Click Generate. Now this is going to go ahead and just literally create you a bunch of different names. And then what you want to do is go through the ones that sound the best to you. When it comes to creating a name, don't go too crazy with SEO. It doesn't have to be like super SEO friendly. Just something that's easy, it's memorable, and it's kind of creative. It's kind of the balance that I go for. But there are some secrets that you need to know. All right, when it comes to choosing a name, and I've had some people that deal with this and it's not fun, which is choosing a name that somebody else has and then they come after you because you're stealing their name, right? So be very, very careful with not choosing a name that somebody else has done. Let's just start with this hidden past. All right, so what you want to do is you want to go to YouTube and you want to type in that exact name on your YouTube browser. So History Past. Now, as this, you want to go first of all to filters over here and go to channel. Now going here, it's going to show you all of the channels. And if there's any channel here that has the same name, then you want to avoid that channel. Now, as you can see, there's one here, there's one here, and that seems like it's about it. These small ones as well, History of the Past, pretty small. Now, if you see a channel that's been posting for a long time and they have a lot of content, a lot of subscribers, I would avoid it. But if they have 9 videos and no subscribers, here they have 11 subscribers and 6 videos, that's nothing to worry about. You know, these people are not going to come after you. All right. We're talking about bigger channels, established channels. You want to avoid at all costs doing that. Now, once you've chosen a name, you just want to go to create Gmail and you want to just simply create a Gmail account. It's super, super simple. So you would just come here, put History Past, put in, you know, your actual date of birth. Here you can put in a name. So historypast@gmail.com. And that's literally it. So obviously this doesn't work. You just want to put like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, just make it work, or put YouTube, something like that. You want to have your own Gmail associated to the name of the channel, because when people reach out to you for sponsor opportunities, you want to have something that relates back to the channel, not your actual personal email, because that's not a good look. And you don't want people to know who you are. And then once that's done, you just want to go to YouTube and actually just create the channel with the Gmail. So you just literally log into the Gmail, press create channel, and then boom, you have a channel. Now, when it comes to the art, all right, I'm going to show you guys how to create a logo and banner. There's multiple ways you can go about this. Number one, you could just go to Fiverr. If you don't want to do this your own, it's super easy. Go to Fiverr, go to YouTube banner, and you can just hire the first person on here. There's a bunch of people that do it for like $10, $20, $30. It's nothing too crazy. Or you could go into AI. Create me a logo for a secret history channel and just literally have it do it for you. It's super, super simple. I'm not even kidding you guys. You don't even need to have a banner. Like this channel has a banner. This one doesn't even have a banner. You don't even need a banner, to be honest. Just get it done. Focus on the content. Then you can look at the aesthetics later. It doesn't matter for now. Even the logo is not that necessary, but it's just nice to have something in place so you look a little bit more professional. And there you go, secret history. You can even make it say past history. Say it again, and put in past history. Now you have your logo. It's super simple. You just want to go in, upload it. I'm going to show you guys exactly where to go to upload it. So once you're on your channel dashboard, you want to come down here to customization and then go to banner, and you can upload the banner if you have one. Otherwise, go to picture and upload the logo. So over here, click on done, and then boom, you have it. Now you can even call it past history. And over here, you can make it past history. And then here you can actually write a short, brief description. You don't even have to do this yourself. You can just say, I am creating a history channel. Please write me a short SEO driven description for the channel. And super, super simple. It'll just write you out an entire description. You don't have to do anything. Just put, hey, channel name, welcome to this, da-da-da. Very simple. Copy and paste, and just change this to past history. Done. That's all it is. You don't have to do any more effort. Don't worry about this stuff here. You can add the email address so people know to find you. Here you can also put this, which is the logo. It's going to show up as like a little subscribe thing in the bottom corner. And that's literally it. Now your channel is ready to go. It's time to start creating content. All right, so now the first step is that we want to create the images. So you can go out on Google and find these images manually, which also works, to be honest. It may be a little bit more time consuming to find the right images, or you can just use an AI to create them for you. So I have a prompt here for you guys. I'm saying I'm creating videos and I want to use AI to make these images, but I want them to be similar to an inspiration channel that I will reference. I will attach some screenshots of some images, and I want you to help me script out 30 different images that are closely related to the source images that I'm attaching. So you want to go here, type that in. I'll have the copy and paste in the document in the video. By the way, guys, everything that I'm talking about today, all the links, resources, and tools are going to be in my free community. Just come into here. We already have almost 1,000 members. We just started this thing up. So if you come in here, you'll get all the links and tools. What I also give you is an entire free course, like a massive course with everything that you need from start to finish. And we also do one live call a week. This is a fantastic opportunity to talk to me, to speak with an expert, to ask your questions, to get your stuff reviewed, whatever you want. And this is just another fantastic way to get the support that you need to grow your channel. I'm here for you guys. I'm giving away free content, free support, free everything. Just come in, say hi, meet the other people. There's so many people here, a very engaged community. And then you can get also all the tools and links from this specific video. Now, what I've done is I've just clicked on any video. And when the video starts playing, I just go ahead and screenshot different scenes. So I'm on Mac, so I just put Command-Shift-4, and then I drag and I drop across the screen and just screenshot the image. And then I move a little bit here, do the same thing again, do the same thing again. You can literally use the built-in screenshot tool on your computer, or you can just go download a screenshot software if you don't know how to use that. It's super simple. It's all free. So you're going to want to try and download at least 10 images, right? Once you do, you can come in here, go to upload from file, and I have them all here, right? So I just want to download 10 of them. I have 12 here. I just need to download 10 and upload them. Once they're done uploading, I just run the script and it's going to do its thing. So as you can see, it's going to start actually analyzing everything. It already knows it's got a mix of surrealism, sci-fi, philosophical, and cosmic aesthetics with deep symbolic meanings. So right away, it's literally just going to go and give you the exact prompts that you need. And I'm going to show you here when it's done, how to create those images and then how to create the script so you can actually get it done to the voiceover. And then I'll show you guys how to piece it all together and get it uploaded. All right, so now that this thing is done, you're going to want to go ahead and copy and paste these prompts into a image generation software. So you can just go ahead, click on the first one, select it, and you can go to a site called PicLumen. This is like my favorite site so far. It's free, it's super easy to use, and you get incredible output. So just paste the first prompt, go over here to aspect ratio, go to 16:9, and then click on it again and type on 2. This way it's going to show you 2 images at the same time. And you can even leave this thing on the way it is. PicLumen Art 1 is a really good one, but you can go into like realistic or whatever it is. Doesn't really matter. But just go ahead and run it, and you'll see in a few seconds, we'll literally have the images ready to go. It's super, super fast. And again, it's free. You're not going to spend $1 to create these images. And within seconds, you can get incredible output. And you can just create this whole thing. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes to render all the images, and then you're good to go. So boom, this is actually not that far off from exactly what you're seeing in that video. And that's all it takes. Just go one by one by one. Download all the images. Once you're done this, we need to head over to the script and then the voiceover. So now for the script, you want to go straight to the video. You want to copy this video, and then you want to go ahead to a website called TurboScribe. Once you go here, sign up. They let you do like 3 or 4 transcriptions per day. Go to transcribe files, upload the link, paste it, and then import it. Now, when it's done being imported, it's going to ask you, do you want to transcribe it like a cheetah, like a dolphin, or like a whale? Do the whale. It does take a little bit longer, but it's going to transcribe it exactly word for word. That's exactly what you want. You want it to be very, very accurate. And so once you do, just press transcribe, and it's going to do it. A few minutes later, the script will be done. It'll look like this. It'll take you here, and you can literally just go from the top all the way to the bottom and copy the entire script. Now, you have this copied. The next thing to do is use my next script and have it actually create an iteration of this script. So going into here, I have my second script here, which is this. So just copy this, paste this, and then tab down, and then now go back here, copy the script, paste the script, and press enter. So now it's going to basically get an inspiration from that video, from that script, and it's going to do the same thing, but with a bit of a unique twist. So we don't want to do the exact same thing. We want to do the same idea, an iteration of it, but not the same thing. And then we want to also maintain the same script flow, the same cadence, but just have a bit of a different angle, right? Our own unique angle, and try and match the same word count. And then boom, you'll literally see it start writing the exact thing that you need. So what happens after death? The hidden teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. So here you have the entire script from top to bottom. Now, once the script is actually done, you want to take it to the next place, which is 11 Labs. All right. Now, once you go to 11 Labs, this is a very, very good tool. Like, it is getting better day by day. And so I highly recommend you go into 11 Labs and you find a voiceover that works for you. So you can go into library and you can go into like narrative and story, and you can literally listen to all these. They're absolutely incredible. And then you can first of all just refine by English just to make sure that you're not getting anything that you don't need. And then just literally listen to them. They're phenomenal. Now, what I also like doing is going into this, and you can do Australian or also British. I really like British because it's very, very good for storytelling, has a great retention to it usually. And then because we want to make it very close to the original, we want to go straight to male. So I think I found one that I really like. I'm going to play it for you guys for a second here.
The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
Beautiful. So I think this is absolutely perfect. So just go ahead and click add, and then go to my voices, and then literally just pick this one and go to use. And then I would just paste the entire script. I'm just going to put like a small section just to show you guys what happens and what it sounds like. And then you'll see it's absolutely incredible what you can get out of this software.
What truly happens when we take our final breath? Do we dissolve into nothingness, or do we awaken to a reality beyond our comprehension?
So there you guys have it. This is a indistinguishable from human AI script. And so once this is done, you just want to put the entire script in, press generate, and then go to download. And once you have it downloaded, now we can actually put this into the editing software. I'm going to show you guys how to put it all together. Now, what you can also do to make these images a lot more closely related to what's being actually said in the video is that you can go in and actually copy the entire script that you wrote. So just go back and copy it. And then you can actually paste it into this same prompt where it gave you all the images, but you want to adjust this slightly by writing this. All right, now once this is done, you just tab down, paste the entire script, and press enter. Now it's going to use all the context from that script, use the exact knowledge base and all the specifics that we gave it before, and now it's going to create the exact prompts that we need to create images that correlate exactly to what's being said at that specific scene in the video. All right, guys, now it's time to take everything that we created and turn it into an actual video that's ready to go viral. All right, so now we have all the files. I put them all into this folder. What I have is all the images, and I have the voiceover. So I just want to drag these all into CapCut. Now, CapCut's a free tool. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to download. You can have it on your phone, and you can also do it on your computer. I do definitely recommend using the desktop version. It's a lot easier and a lot quicker. So now you have all these, you could just literally drag these into the timeline. And again, if you downloaded the images based on the script, you'd want to download them and upload them one by one, so they're actually correlating to what's being said specifically in the video. Now, what you'll see is a very simple timeline. There's really not much to it. So you can even see as there's maybe gaps here in the scene, you can literally just adjust it accordingly to the gaps. And that way, each new gap is a scene where a new image will appear based on what's being said. So that's one way to do it. Now, we can leave it the way it is, or we can spice this up a little bit more because the original video had captions. So what you want to do is you want to head over here to captions, and you see where it says auto captions and this button here, press generate, and then watch what happens. Within seconds, you're going to have the entire thing auto transcribed, and there's going to be captions on screen saying exactly what's being said in the video. So boom, let's play this out.
What truly happens when we take our final breath? Do we dissolve into nothing?
So as you can see, they're there, and they're literally as what's being said is what's on the screen. Now, I don't quite like the way it looks because number one, it's not that pretty, and number two, it's not interactive. So let's change that. So I want you to click on this text box here, and what's going to happen is it's going to show you the menu on the side. You want to head over to templates, and from here, you can actually modify and find a bunch of different templates that work really, really well, different presets of animations of how the text can come on the screen. So I'm going to show you guys one that's really cool that I like using.
Do we dissolve into nothingness,
Beautiful. So that's all it takes is once you click on that one. Now, I don't also like the font. So let's go ahead and change the font to something else. Something like Montserrat, or we could do something a little bit better. For example, like Railway. We can even go Railway and make them all capitalized. And then we can extend this so that it goes across the screen, just like that. Now, also the image, this one doesn't actually fit the screen. So we want to just zoom in a little bit more. And now we can see exactly from the beginning again.
What truly happens when we take our final breath? Do we dissolve into nothingness?
So that's one thing. We can also make this a little bit smaller, the font size itself. And now it just looks a little bit more clean. Maybe even having like everything in one line.
We take our final breath.
Now, when it comes to the imagery, we want to also have some good transitions. So we can just go to transitions in the top here and start dragging in these different transitions. Now, you don't want to go too crazy and having different ones. I'm just trying to show you what it can also look like, assuming you did something like this for yourself. So now what you can also do is add music, and I would highly, highly recommend you add music, but be very, very careful not to add music that has copyright. The biggest mistake I see people do is they go to YouTube and they type in copyright free music. That music is not actually copyright free. Anyone could just upload a video, say it's copyright free music, and then later actually hit you with copyright, and then they take all the money on your videos. Please be very careful not to do this. You need to go to websites that are royalty free. That means you can use them and you don't have to give ownership and rights to the owner. So the best place to do this is the YouTube music library. And also Pixabay has some incredible royalty free background music that you can use. Super easy to do. I'm going to show you guys exactly how. So head on over to Pixabay and you can go to the music tab, and literally from here you can just download background music. So I'm just going to say something like mystical music, and then we'll find one that works. So I actually really quite like this Mystical Winds one. I'm just going to download it. I'll upload it. I'll show you guys exactly what it sounds like. So same process here, just take it, upload it, and then you can drag it underneath the video. And what I would do is I would go to volume and I would just turn it down so it's not super overwhelming. And then guys, just play the video.
What truly happens when we take our final breath? Do we dissolve into nothingness, or do we awaken to a reality beyond our comprehension?
And guys, that pretty much summarizes the entire video creation process. I'm going to show you one last thing, which is how to create the thumbnail. I'm going to show you an extremely easy way to emulate a winning thumbnail literally within seconds. So let me show you guys how it's done. All right, guys, so the best way to create thumbnails without having any experience, needing to create this stuff yourself, or hiring anyone to do it is by using a website called Pixels. This is a very cheap, extremely lucrative software where you can create thumbnails in seconds. So it's like $20 a month to start off. It's super cheap. I even have a code for like 20 or 30% discount. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys. Once you come here, you can actually prompt in a specific thumbnail that you guys want, which is fine. We can go over here, go to popular, take this thumbnail that's already worked. You see what it looks like, all right? It says you will die. There's the image there. You can go in here, you can click link, you can paste it, and then you can just go to hi and generate. And let it do its thing. Literally within seconds, it's going to create for you a winning thumbnail that's inspired by success. Guys, don't recreate the wheel. Take what's already working and make it your own. Make it a bit of a unique twist. And this thumbnail software does it so incredibly well. Literally within seconds, we're able to create a high converting thumbnail with no experience, no team, no cost, because this stuff is just so cheap. So look at this. Within seconds, we have this thumbnail right here. So now obviously this is very, very similar to the original, but it's also a little bit different. It's inspired by it. Now, if we want to make it a little bit different, we can go over to medium. Now it's going to take the same thumbnail, but it's going to make it a little bit more unique. So if you don't want to cross that threshold where you're really copying a thumbnail, but you want to be inspired by it, I would focus more on the low or medium weight. So I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like as well. All right, and boom, this is the new thumbnail. So you will die still says the same thing. It's the same thumbnail, but it's just that much more different. So now this is already proven to work, which means the likelihood of it working for you is extremely high. And guys, that pretty much summarizes the entire strategy. So you can basically rinse and repeat this for the next 10, 20, 30 videos, and you can predictably see a channel like this earning you $5,000 to $10,000 a month passively online. And it's just so simple. You watch me do it in front of your eyes. Just follow everything I did step by step, and I guarantee you're going to see some degree of success, whether it's this channel, another channel. Just get involved. Start on YouTube. It's such an incredible opportunity right now, especially with all the incredible AI tools that are coming out on a daily basis. But guys, You can do this on your own. I promise you have the entire strategy right here in front of you to do this. But if you don't want to do this alone, you want to have somebody in your corner guiding you, mentoring you, and walking you through every single step, then you can work with me one-on-one. So I'm going to leave 2 links in the description of this video. The first one is going to be a link to my free community. You need to join this because the link to this video is going to be there with all the tool and resources. And number 2, we also go live once a week and we have a massive course and community that you can join and meet up with some other fellow YouTubers. The second link is going to be a direct link to work with me. Now, it is a 4-figure investment to work with me. We do charge multiple 4 figures to work with us. But the reason we do it is because we have the systems in place. We have the teams, the structure, and the support. We guide you through choosing your niche, to creating your channel, to picking your topics. We audit everything that you do. You don't post a single video before it goes through us and it gets corrected and improved until it has the highest chance of going viral. That's how diligent and how comprehensive our entire program is. And that's why we have literally over a 90% completion rate of people investing 4 figures with us and making it back within 6 months. There's a guarantee around that. So if you don't want to do this alone, you want to have some support and guidance, have someone in your back pocket that you can lean on every single day, then go ahead and click the second link in the description of this, book a call with me and see if it's a fit. I'll see you guys soon. All right, so there's a lot of you guys that want to start YouTube automation, but don't have the budget, don't have the experience, the skill sets, or the time to build a channel from scratch. So I've gone in the trenches and I've found you guys the perfect niche that you can either outsource for a very, very cheap cost, or you could literally do it in-house with extremely minimal experience, very, very low cost, if any cost at all, and be able to make money with this channel quite instantly. It's actually an incredible niche with massive potential and very low barrier of entry. So if you want to get into this before everybody else does, then watch this video to the end because I'm going to show you the entire breakdown of how to execute this niche with class and elegance. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. I'm going to show you the entire breakdown, super thorough, literally scripts, prompts, taking this into action and creating the channel in the video, everything. Hope you guys enjoy this because I literally cooked and I spent so much time building this thing together for you guys. If you want all the resources, the scripts, prompts, whole breakdown, join my free school community. This is going to be the first link in the description of this video. Just go ahead and join it. It's free. And then you'll notice the first post will be there, will be this video. So just go through the links that will be there. So I'm not going to waste any time. I want to get straight into it, be super intentional about this. Let's make myself a little bit smaller here. The channel is called One Bible Verse. Now, some of you guys may have already seen this. Some people have talked about it. I've actually talked about it a little bit recently, but it is just ceasing to be such an incredible asset that you need to build in your portfolio for one of many reasons. Number one, the fact that it's in the Christianity niche just makes this channel so much more lucrative. The fact that it has anything to do with religion just makes the videos that much more enticing, more lucrative for people that are believers to click. And also for retention purposes, they tend to stick around a lot longer because it can be seen kind of as an act of disrespect to click away from a video that's just a religious video, right? So there are many reasons why this channel works so well. But let's get into the details so you understand exactly how lucrative this specific example is and how you can execute it the exact same. So they have about 55,000 subscribers and they've amassed around 3 million views. But in how many videos is the question? This is the key, all right? They have only posted 10 videos. Only 10 videos, all right? And we're gonna break it down even further, all right? So they have done, like I said, 3 million views, but this month they've done 1 million, okay? Total 1 million. Now, the RPM for this niche is around $7, $7 to $8. That means this month alone, they've done $12,000. Now, unfortunately, this next level extension is wrong. Just in this case, usually it's very accurate. I'm going to show you guys the true amount. All right. So last month they did 1 million views. Now, if you take 1 million views and divide that by 1,000, right, you're going to get 1,007. Beautiful. Now, the average RPM for this niche is $7. But here's something that's really interesting that I need to show you guys, because you can actually make this niche $15. $15 for every 1,000 views. I'm going to explain to you exactly why, okay? The reason why is because these videos are extremely short. Look at the time spans, all right? 4 minutes and 38 seconds, 4 minutes, 23 seconds, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, okay? The issue with this is two. Number one, the video hasn't reached 8 minutes. Because the video hasn't reached 8 minutes, you're not allowed to insert any mid-roll ads, which are the ads that interrupt you in between videos. And the more ads that are in between your videos, the more money you can make, the higher RPM increases. All right. So because of that, they're not actually able to make the maximum amount. The fact that they're already making $7 per 1,000 views, which is a ridiculously high amount for a short video, means that if they simply just added some mid-roll ads, they would increase the amount by at least 20 to 40%. So now let's say it goes up to $10. So say it's 50%, goes up to about $10. But I said 15. So the next level to this channel is that you don't just want to create 4-minute videos or 8-minute videos. You want to jump up to 15 to 20-minute videos. That will simply, for sure, double your RPM, going from $7 to $15. So let's find out what they're making right now versus what they could be making if they made longer videos. So they would be making right now around $7,700 per month with the 1 million views that they're creating. But they could be making $15,000 a month if they simply just created longer videos. And imagine they posted more videos, because they have only posted these videos in the last month. They've posted these 10 videos in 1 month. They could have easily posted 20 or 30 videos, which of course I'm sure they're going to catch up and start doing more. There's no reason for them not to. But incredible results for such a minimal amount of work that's been done. Let's look at the total amount though, right? Because they have posted 10 videos and they've amassed 3 million views, right? So 3 million views divided by 1,000 is 3,231. Now you multiply that by $7 to $15, you get a total of 22,000 to 48,000. They would have made almost 50,000 if they just had longer videos, but they've definitely amassed around $20,000 to $22,000 since they started 1 month ago. 1 month ago. So what could the cost be to create a video like this? The videos are really quite simple. If you take a look at this, it's literally just an image on the side and it's just the text that animates next to it. So this is literally all CapCut video. It's extremely, extremely simple to create these kind of videos. I'm going to show you guys from scratch how to execute this stuff, because it takes no experience, no effort, and very, very low cost, if any cost at all. The cost to create a video, if you hire someone from A to Z, is on the high end $40, and on the low end, realistically, you can get this as low as $20, maybe even $15 a video if you just want to get it out quickly. So $40 is like worst case. Anybody could find this for $40 an editor. And just have no problem. But you can definitely bring it down to, $15 to $20. Or you could do it for free. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it for free. You don't want to leave, because even if you want to outsource it, you want to know exactly how the creation process would want to be done. So I'd still suggest you stick around to the end, and also show you guys some more tools and resources you can use for this channel or any other channel as well. Now, $40 a video times 10 videos would have cost this owner $400 at most. That's the maximum they could have spent, is $400. So let's take the entire revenue of 22,000. Let's say right now this is the real revenue figure, not the 48,000, minus the $400 content cost. That means their profit margin is literally between 99% up to 100% if they have done it themselves, all for free. Either way, it literally doesn't matter. What is $400 when in hindsight you're able to make tens of thousands of dollars? This is just proving to be one of the most lucrative niches you can get into. And of course, by the way, guys, it's going to get less and less lucrative as everyone catches on. So if you guys are able to see this now, hop on this, do it correctly, you will be able to seize the opportunity to create a channel like this and at least capitalize as much as possible. Of course, you can literally take this and make 10, 20, 30 grand. You're going to be very happy, especially with a very minimal financial investment. So I'm going to show you guys now exactly how to create these videos, everything from scratch. All right. Pay attention very closely. You don't want to miss a single step. I promise you it's going to pay off, all right? The first step is to find the right topics, all right? We're going to use AI to do most of this work. It's going to be super, super easy. Just follow along, all right? First step is to find the right topics. What you want to do is go to their YouTube channel and actually just screenshot their portfolio of videos, okay? So we're going to head over to ChatGPT and we're going to screenshot, first of all, on their channel, everything that they have here. So we're going to go here, take a screenshot like that, boom, and then we're going to upload it into ChatGPT. And then we're going to take this prompt right here, copy it, and paste it over here. Now, again, if you guys want this prompt, just simply go to my free school community. You'll see it here. As soon as you join, you'll see exactly the first post, or you can go to my classroom and go straight to the bottom and you'll see all of my YouTube videos over here, and all the prompts will be there for everything, for all my videos, everything is there. All right, so I said to analyze the topics and give me some more videos that are just like that. So here we go. It's analyzing it down first, giving you a full breakdown, visual style, all that kind of stuff. And then at the end, it's going to give you 10 viral style ideas to be inspired by this channel. There we go. It's already gotten everything broken down. It's a very, very good prompt. It's broken everything down, and then boom. Now you have 10 ideas. It just crapped out here, but you used to have 7. You could just have it rerun and make more. So now we have the topic ideation. Super simple. And now you can just keep scaling and ask for 5 more, 10 more, whatever it is. So now we want to take this topic and want to create a script. Very, very simple. So first step you want to do is go to TurboScribe, and you want to download a script from the top 5 videos from this channel. So you just want to go over here, sort by most popular, and take the top 5 videos over here. And you want to click on the link, head over to TurboScribe, go to transcribe files, put the link over here, paste it, import, and then you want to sort it by whale. There's different options here. There's cheetah, dolphin, and whale. Definitely just go with whale because it's going to give you the most accurate reading. It does take a few minutes more, but it's going to be worthwhile because it's just going to give you an extremely accurate transcription of the video. So we'll let it render and then we'll come back to it when it's done. All right, so once you click on the link, you can just go from the top all the way to the bottom and download this script. So copy it, open up a new tab on Docs, and simply just paste the video here. All right, now we have one script and we can literally just type this as scripts. Now we want to do the exact same thing for the next 5 scripts. Once you have all 5 here, you can just paste them all one after another. You don't have to name it or anything or put script 1, script 2, it doesn't matter. All right, so now once you're done, you just want to go to File and then download as a PDF document. Okay. Now we have this downloaded as this document. All right. Now you want to head over to my script and you want to actually use all of this script prompting to come up with the perfect script for your videos. All right. Very, very simple. So now you can use ChatGPT to create the scripts, but I'll show you something really interesting. You can go to projects and say new project, and we'll say Bible niche scripting, and then create project. And now what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, add instructions here. We're going to paste all my instructions. And the second thing we're going to do is go to add files. And now we're going to add my scripts over here as the file. Now you literally have a project where you never have to prompt it ever again. You just have to upload the script file, upload the instructions, and now you can just go to this file over here, this project, and then you can just click on start. And now it knows exactly what to do. It's already prompted to give you the exact output based on all the scripts that was there and just ask you a few preliminary questions so that it knows exactly what the next topic is, right? So it's just going to analyze everything that you put in there and just watch and see what happens. It's actually incredibly beautiful what this script has done, all right? So it's asking you, do you want to start a brand new script, use the framework, or analyze more ideas? So I'm going to say number 1. So now it's asked me all these different questions which I want to answer. First thing is the title or topic. So what we can do is literally go back here and we can take one of these topics, all right? So let's say the real reason you're addicted to lust. Nobody talks about this. And then we can start answering all of the questions. So for number 1, we can paste that, number 2, and we'll go all the way to number 6. So now I've answered the question of the pacing, the target audience, the preferred tone. Should there be any humor? Do you want to match a style or do something unique? And what kind of emotions do you want to evoke? Now, I simply just have to click enter and it's going to start scripting out the entire thing. But I've created a very, very intelligent script where it's not just going to go off and try and write the entire script for you all at once, because it never happens. It never works like that with ChatGPT. It's always a battle with ChatGPT to get the right kind of words, to have it write properly. So first what I had to do is add a hook. It's going to first of all give you 3 different hooks, and you can actually choose which one do you like the most. And based on the one you like the most, then you get to actually continue the script with that as the prequel, right? So we can look at this. If you're battling lust, it's not just a personal issue, it's a spiritual trap, a hidden war that most Christians never see coming because nobody's talking about this. It's not just the hormones or bad habits. There's a deeper reason your soul is stuck in a cycle of shame, secrecy, and self-sabotage. So I already really like that one. So I can just go ahead and press 1, and now it's going to continue writing the rest of the script. And it's going to do it paragraph by paragraph by paragraph. So it's not like a thing that's expected to write the entire thing. It's going to go section by section. And as you approve it, it continues to write more and more. So that's the beautiful part. So you can expand the section, you can rework it, or you can continue. So I could just press 3 if I like it, and just keep going and going and going until this whole script is completed. It is that simple. This is one of my most advanced script prompts I've ever created. So if you do feel like you need this or want this for this project or any other project, just join my school community. I give it away for free. All right. So obviously just copy and paste this into a Google Doc, finish the entire script. It's going to go all the way to the end. And then by the end of the script, it's going to say, hey, do you want an ending? Say yes, it'll create the whole ending for you. And it's beautiful. And the script is done. So now the next step is to turn this thing into an actual voiceover. So there's two options you have. You can go 11 Labs, which is paid, or you can go to fish.audio and you can do this for free. So let's just take a sample of this script and we can actually copy and paste it into fish.audio and we'll find the perfect voiceover for this project. So on fish.audio, you can find a ton of voices. There's thousands of these. And yes, the quality isn't as good as 11 Labs or some other platforms, but the thing is that it's basically the same and it's around $11 a month for unlimited credits. So you don't have to worry about having to pay a large price. But the best part is that you can actually use this software for free. So if you don't want to actually pay for this, you could just paste this in and use 500 credits at a time. You could put 500 credits, download it, do the next 500 credits, download it, and so on and so forth. So let's render this out and see what happens, okay?
It's a battlefield, and most people are walking through it blind.
So really good voiceover, very realistic, and very, very simple to make. It literally took me 2 seconds to write the script and 2 seconds to turn it into a voiceover. So now we can actually download this clip, and now we have this as the voiceover, and we can move on to the next step. And the next step here is to actually put it all together. Now you have two options when putting it together. Like I said, the free option and the paid option. So the free option consists of doing it yourself via CapCut or any other basic editor. And the second option is to just go to Upwork or Fiverr and hire somebody. You can go to Upwork and type in basic editor needed to create faceless video, or again, go on Upwork and post a job looking for a faceless editor who can string along some videos and images to put together these videos. All right. So it's a very, very simple task. You can hire the most basic editors for this task, which makes these videos very, very cheap. I'll show you guys how to use CapCut to create these videos. It's very, very simple. And I will do that near the end. I just want to keep showing you guys how to keep creating the videos. Now, assuming you have now the audio, the script, and you just now need the images and the music, I'm going to show you first the music. Now you have a couple options. You can use Templar, or you can actually use Suno.ai. Templar is a pretty cool website. I'm not going to lie, I've been actually enjoying it quite a lot recently. Now what I like that you can do with AI is that you can actually create your own music. So now you can go here and you can copy and paste this script into the prompt, and it's actually going to help you create some prompts to make the music for the video, which is super, super cool. So literally just have to copy and paste it afterwards. All right, so now once it's done, just go ahead and copy this prompt and put it straight into the box here, and then you can just hit create, and it's going to just go ahead with AI and create an original piece of audio simply from this prompt that we generate. So we'll just let this render out. All right, so just finished. Let me give the first one a bit of a listen here. So as you can see, within seconds, you've already have the background music created. This is copyright free, commercial right music. This is exactly what you need to create a viral video with a strategy. And it's just so simple with AI, and it's so cheap. Like I haven't even paid $1 yet for any of these softwares. Everything so far has been free, and we can continue to do everything for free. So let's move on to the next step. We have the music, we have the script and the voiceover created. So now let's move on with creating the thumbnails, and I'll show you guys as well how to create the videos and the images as well. So now for the thumbnails, I want you to just emulate what's already working on YouTube. So the first step is just to download a thumbnail. Now, first and easiest way to do this is just by going to any of these videos, clicking on them, and then actually just going to this menu item over here, which is over here, and click on the Next Level extension and click download. As soon as you do that, you can see here, it's downloaded the thumbnail directly. Now, if you don't have this extension, you just have to go to Next Level extension on Google and then go to the website and download the Next Level extension here. It's like $13 a month. I highly, highly recommend that you guys download this and install it for yourself, because I've been using this to find new channels, all my inspiration videos, and cool little things like this where I could just download the thumbnail easily. If you guys don't have it or don't want to pay for it, you could just go to Thumbnail Grabber, which is this website right here. You can just copy and paste the link, and right away you'll be able to download the image within seconds. So same thing, just a little bit more resistance. Now, let's go back to ChatGPT and let's upload the thumbnail that I just downloaded. And you want to basically copy and paste the script that I said here. And now you want to basically just say, analyze this thumbnail and recreate a new one, but with this topic instead. You want to go back up and just copy and paste the title or topic of the video and press go. So now, fair warning, ChatGPT will not just create images for you unless you're on the pro plan, which is about $20 or $25 a month. Just fair warning. Now, this is actually really, really cool. I didn't ask it to do all this stuff, but I actually really like both these options. This one really, really stands out. And this one also has a really interesting image that they decided to add for some reason, which also just added so much more to the actual image. So this is really, really neat. I think just it's incredible how far ChatGPT has gone and how intelligent it is with creating visuals alongside with text. So I'd say right here, the thumbnail is completely done. I wouldn't add a single thing to it. And we can move back onto the actual video. All right, so now the next step to make sure that these videos look very similar to yours is to actually have AI analyze the video itself with all the different scenes and come up with the prompts so that you can actually emulate it to the exact same quality as the original person has. So you just want to go through the video and just start taking screenshots of all the different characters that appear throughout the video. All right, so we could just skip through and we could see one more here. We'll take this one. Then we'll skip through again a little bit more. Take this one as well. Then we can also take this one. And boom. Now we have a bunch of character references. We can go back into ChatGPT and we can upload these images and ask it to analyze them so that it can give us a prompt and create more of those. So I said, analyze these images and create more prompts so that I can make more of these characters in the exact same style. So now I basically said, now for the above script that I created, which is the original script, please create different script prompts for me to create images for each scene so that I can make a video. Using the above analysis of the images that I inputted, so the recent ones, please ensure each scene and prompt follows the same style of reference along with the type of image creation. So now it's going to combine the entire script along with the recent analysis, and it's just going to give you the exact prompts that you need to actually create with ChatGPT for every single scene. So now you can see literally all these different scenes. You just want to say create an image 1920 by 1080 and then just paste the first prompt in. And as soon as that's done rendering, you can go back, do the second one, third one, fourth one, so on and so forth. And now just a small trick, because you want to see the text on the left or the right. As you can see, it was kind of alternating. You just want to say now, move the person to the left and leave a blank space to the right. And now what we'll do is it's going to render this out, but what we're going to do for the future ones is every single time there's a scene, we're going to say the same thing. It's either going to go to the left or the right or the left or the right in kind of that order. This way we can move the text to the left and to the right every single scene, and we don't actually have to do it manually or do any generative fill. That empty space is just going to be there ready for us to insert all the text. As you can see already, we already have the place where we're going to enter the text. It's so easy. Now, you just have to go one by one, download all these images and put them into CapCut. So I'll show you guys exactly how to do this one more time, including the new iteration with moving it to the left or right. So go back up and download the second prompt from scene 2. So here we go. Go over here. So create an image 1920 by 1080, paste that. And now just let it render one more time and I'll show you guys exactly how to input into CapCut, put everything together. Guys, if you've made it this far, thank you. First of all, you guys are absolute MVPs. I just want to give as much knowledge, as much information as possible for free, because honestly, this opportunity never existed 5 years ago when I first started YouTube automation. Literally never existed. And now there's just so many opportunities for beginners to jump in and make so much money. So I just want to create as much opportunity as possible, because even if I'm able to help you guys make $400, $500, $1,000 a month, that is life-changing money for so many different people. And all it takes is just having the knowledge, having the intellect of how to actually execute this niche. Here we go, guys. Within seconds, we've already created 2 scenes. Now we take these scenes, input them into CapCut, and I'll show you guys how to execute from there. So I'll see you guys on CapCut. All right, so I've basically opened up a new project on CapCut, and I've inputted the images here along with the music that I downloaded from Suno, okay? So very simple. You just want to start inputting all the images one by one in the order that you actually downloaded them. I think it was this one over here, and then this one over here, and this one over here at the end, and the music at the bottom. So now we basically have the entire scenes, and we also have the images. So what we want to do now is add the text. We can go over here to text, and we can click on auto captions and then click on generate. Once we generate, it's going to actually transcribe the entire audio, and as you can see, add the captions. All right. So now we want to actually make this look a little bit better. So what we'll do is we'll just put this over here and move it in the right side and then obviously on the left side. So you want to go over here to templates and just find a template that makes the most amount of sense for this style of content. So let's try this one out.
Isn't just a bad habit. It's a battlefield, and most people.
So there you go. You see, it's already looking really, really good. So now what we want to do is not go apply to all. We want to move this over here. Otherwise, if we do apply to all, it's going to move it from here and it's going to keep that one also on the left. So we want to go here, move this one as well. Alrighty. And then now we just want to also add the music. So we just want to put this, and then just over here, you can see I'm just going to turn the decibels down so it's not super overbearing. And now we can also just add some transitions in between the clips just to add a little bit more of an effect. So something like this doesn't have to be too crazy. It really, really doesn't matter too much. You just want it to be something that adds a little bit of life to the video. So now we have everything rendered. Let's just go ahead. I'll show you guys exactly what the final version looks like, okay?
Lust isn't just a bad habit. It's a battlefield, and most people are walking through it blind. They think they're just weak, just lacking self-control. But what if I told you that your addiction is actually evidence of your anointing?
So guys, that pretty much sums up the entire strategy. I've shown you guys how to pick the topics, how to actually create the videos from scratch, from the thumbnails, the images in between, the script, the voiceover, the music, and put it all together in CapCut. Yes, I could have gone a little bit more detailed, but honestly, I wanted to just make this as self-explanatory, not string it along way too long and make this video just overwhelming. I just wanted to give you guys the concept at hand of how ridiculously simple the concept is. Now, of course, where really it comes into making the most amount of money and scaling this thing is understanding packaging, understanding clickbait and frameworks. That is something that's very important. I'm not trying to oversimplify it as if anyone could just come in, post a video and get 1 million views. Of course, there's a specific level of understanding on how to execute these videos in a correct way. And if you guys are not wanting to figure all that out on your own, you can choose to actually work with a team like ourselves who will walk you through step by step, help you choose the niche, create the channel, put the team together, and co-create every single video with you. Let's just say you will not post a single video or make a single decision until myself and my team gives you the approval. So it's almost like we're co-creating. We're creating the videos with you, creating the channels with you. That's why we can even guarantee the investment. If you want to work with us, yes, we do charge a 4-figure investment. It's because we spend so much time. We're so intentional, and we even guarantee the entire investment back within 6 months. So if you guys don't want to do this, the whole thing alone, that's perfectly fine. You can actually work with the hundreds of other people that have worked with us, and we've been getting some incredible results lately. Like literally, so many people are popping off, making amazing incomes, whether it's even $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which we have countless people. We have some people that are hitting $20,000 to $30,000 a month, which is absolutely obnoxious with a YouTube channel to be making that kind of money every single month. All right. So if you guys are interested and don't want to do this thing alone, which by the way, I believe in every single one of you that you can succeed in anything that you put your minds to, but maybe you're just tired of hitting a wall every single time trying to make this channel work. You're tired of wasting your time. You're tired of wasting your energy, and you just want to see this thing become the profitable cash flow in business that you know it can be. So if you're interested in that, my calendar is open. I'm eager to talk to every single one of you. And like I said, if you're ready to invest in yourself and make this thing work and actually set yourself up with a cash flowing asset for 2025 coming into 2026, knowing that you have something that can either replace or supplement your income, this is an incredible opportunity. So I'll see you guys soon on the phone, and I wish you a prosperous and successful year ahead of you. If there's any other content that you guys want to see, please let me know. And if you haven't joined already the free school community, please do so you can get all the prompts, all the details, all the tools to this strategy and many others like this for absolutely free. You guys are the MVPs. I love you all. See you on the next video. I'm not sure if you know this, but there are thousands of people making thousands of dollars every single day, making faceless content, literally making videos without ever showing their face, creating a video themselves, writing the scripts, getting in front of the camera, any of that stuff. And I mean, some of you guys may know this by now, this whole faceless YouTube automation stuff. That's the old news. That's the old way to do this. But now with the power of AI, there's these new niches and new opportunities that are popping up left and right. And most people don't even realize, number one, what they are. And number two, how incredibly simple and lucrative they can be to end up creating channels like this out of thin air, printing thousands of dollars. So I'm going to show you guys the exact process that was allowing channels like this to go from zero to almost $20,000 a month from scratch. And I'm going to break down the entire strategy for you guys from step by step from scratch all the way to the ending, showing you all the websites, the resources, the prompts, and showing you 3 different methods all the way through in as much detail as I possibly can to ensure that by the end of the video, you have full capacity to do this on your own and see the same kind of income potential that I've just shown you today. So I make sure you do not skip anywhere throughout this video because you're going to miss essential steps. And number 2, I encourage you to sit through to the end, because not only am I going to show you all these steps and strategies, I'm also going to teach you how to do this business model from scratch. Because if you're sitting in a place where you're unsure of what to do and you don't know how to escape your situation, this 9-to-5 job that you have that's looming debt over you, whatever your situation may be, you need to learn a high income skill like this that's going to allow you to supplement your income or maybe even replace your income so that you no longer have to be constrained by the 9-to-5, by the boss, by having to ask permission for vacations, for whatever the situation you have. That can change. If you just have something like this as high income, this high generating income asset that can live and exist online without your work very passively, it's just an incredible opportunity that you need to seize. Otherwise, you're going to watch all these other people online flex their stats and show how great their life is just because they took a chance, they took the risk, and they put in the effort. So yes, number 1, this is very doable, but keep in mind, it's not simple. Like, this stuff still takes effort. It still takes time. So be patient, be resilient, and be consistent, because if you have those 3 factors, you're going to be successful. You'll see money like this, even if it's $2,000, $3,000. That's additional income that can change your life. So I'm not going to keep bragging or ranting on here. I'm going to continue the video. I'm going to show you guys first a snippet of the kind of content we're going to create, and then I'm going to show you reverse engineering the entire process so you guys can see step by step how to create this on your own. Very minimal tools, very minimal cost, and very minimal effort, and show you exactly how to do this from scratch. I'll play the clip for you.
And it gives us some surprising insights, I think.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? What makes this narrative so compelling isn't just like the sheer absurdity of it all. It's how a date that was, objectively chaotic, just completely bonkers, could somehow turn into this really cherished memory. So our mission basically is to dissect the specific, bizarre details that took this from just bad to maybe the best bad day imaginable.
Yeah.
We want to understand maybe the psychological stuff going on, how they found humor in what most people would just call a disaster. It's like a case study in reframing things.
Okay, let's get into it then. So our source describes running into someone they knew, from church, actually, at some local spot. Asked them out. Turns out the date was already going to a party after work and said, hey, come along. Sounds pretty standard.
Alrighty, so basically this niche is going to be the baby podcast. You might have seen it on TikTok and Shorts and Reels. It's absolutely blowing up. And now I'm going to show you how to do it on YouTube and why I believe it's an incredibly lucrative and also untapped niche. There's not many channels that I've seen doing this, and every single one that I have has just been doing incredibly well. So a channel like this is doing political kind of content with Trump, with Biden, with all these different things. And if you can see, a channel like this is already doing 1.1 million views with 50 videos, which actually it's not even 50. A lot of those are even from Shorts. But this is all simple 2-minute to 4-minute curated content. I'm going to show you the whole strategy and how to do it, literally all with AI. There's another channel here as well with only 29 videos, and they've done a total of 1.6 million views, which, by the way, is how much they've done in total here this month, because they only started 1 month ago. So within 1 month, 29 videos, which is about a video a day. And that might sound like a lot, but by the way, guys, these are literally 1 to 3 minute videos. They're very short, very simple to make. And so the amount of effort versus the amount of yield is extremely lucrative. Like, you can really tell that if somebody's only putting a little bit of effort and getting a lot of return, you can tell there's a lot of potential in this niche to blow up. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. So I'm going to go through step by step. There's 3 methods that I've shown you guys: method 1, method 2, method 3. So we'll start off with method number 1. And before we get into the whole nitty gritty of the strategy, the first step you want to do is to create the channel and then also name it. So I like this site here. It's called Namelix. So you can just put in some keywords, and I'll show you guys just a couple here. So I put here baby news. From here, you can click generate. You can just go to auto, go to medium, and then just literally maybe put a little bit of information here. I put information, baby news, podcast, just some keywords there, and just let it initialize. It'll come up with a bunch of great ideas for you to choose the name for your channel. But there's one step as well, please don't skip this, that if you choose a name for your channel, you don't do this next thing, you could find yourself being in a lot of trouble. So I'll show you exactly what that is. But you can see here, like newborn news, new baby report, baby news plus, Babycast by Babblecast. These are all really cool. Let's say we choose Baby Talk. I think Baby Talk is a really cool one. So this is the next step I want you guys to do. Head over and open a new tab on YouTube, and I want you to type in Baby talk. And when you do, you're going to see a bunch of different stuff here. You see some more podcast style, baby style. But what I want you to do is go over to filters over here and click on channel. And when you click on channel, you'll see if there's any other channels that are currently named exactly as this. So you can see this small one here, small one here. It's quite a few. So Baby Talk already has a channel that's 23,000 subscribers. So I would avoid that one and I would choose something else. Let's say Newborn News. Newborn News is another one. Newborn News. Now you can go ahead and do the exact same thing. Go to filters, go to channel, and see if there's another channel. And I don't see any other one here. So Newborn News could be a great channel name if you want to do it that way, or choose anything else. And then from here, you can just go in and create a logo, banner. It really doesn't matter. I'm not going to go over that stuff. It's very small, very minute detail. The next step from here is to go and choose the approach or style of the channel. So this is what's going to be essentially the methods. So there's 3 different methods that I've kind of created for you. It's kind of curated stories based on real events that have happened. There's AI stories that you can generate out of thin air. And there's also political news stories that you can do by leveraging things that are already out there and turning them into baby. So I'll show you guys how to do all 3. We'll start off with the Reddit stories. So for Reddit stories, I just went ahead and Reddit and I just typed in like horror date stories, like worst date stories, right? Now, what I've done, I've just gone here and this Reddit page already has a ton of different horrible dates, right? So all you have to do is just come in here and there's an AI software I'm going to show you guys now that can basically take a small snippet like this, just a story like this, a very short story, and it can convert it into an entire podcast style snippet, a scene between 2 different people. It's 2 speakers. So you can really just create that podcast scene, but obviously with babies. So once you have a story, you then just have to go into this one over here, step number 4, go to Notebook LM. We'll go back to step 3 afterwards. And once you do, you can basically create new, click on create new, and just literally go over here to pasted text and you can just paste the text. It's very, very simple. Now I've actually gone ahead and already created one, which is over here, the worst day. So I literally just pasted that small snippet and it went in and it analyzed the entire thing here. It gave me a full breakdown. And now I can go now into audio overview and it's going to basically turn this into a dialogue between 2 different people. I'll play a little snippet for you guys here.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a really unforgettable source.
And that is basically a 5-minute podcast from such a very, very small snippet. You can see literally that's all that I gave it. And it turned into a 5-minute podcast, which is incredibly powerful. And of course, you can make it even smaller. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes. Of course, you can ask it to be more brief, change the timing, everything. You can really adjust it from here. But just for the video's sake, I'm just going to take this as it is. You can go over here, click on the download button. And once you've downloaded it, now you have the entire podcast snippet. Now we're going to go back into ChatGPT and we're going to start creating the scene. So going back here, I want to create the characters with ChatGPT. So there's a prompt that I'm going to give you guys, which is, a baby version. You can add the celebrity or person, recording a podcast in a cozy studio, and then all these other things. You could just basically modify everything here that's in brackets according to whatever you guys want the scene to look like in your video. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on mine. So my ChatGPT, I went ahead and put this in and I made it look like a hipster with some glasses. And this is what I got for the baby on the boy. Now I said create a female version of this, but being blonde. And then so I didn't like the hat or the glasses. So I just asked it to remove the hat and glasses. And then now I have, boom, an exact replica, but in the female version. So now we have the male and the female speakers. That's exactly what I wanted. So now I have the 2 scenes. Now we can basically go over to the next step and basically create the voiceover, but we first want to snip the scenes because there's 2 people speaking. So we want to go over to this website and we want to basically upload the audio file. We can upload it here. And now we have the entire podcast file in here. So what we can do, we can basically just go ahead and listen to the entire thing. And when we hear the speakers change from the male to the female, you just want to crop that out. So crop the male voice and then the female voice and the male voice and the female voice. And you just keep going until basically the whole podcast is over. So this is the way you approach this style because it's 2 different speakers. So you just want to snip one section. And when you go ahead and download them, right? So when you click over here on save, you want to save the file, but then you want to actually go into your folder and name them clip 1 and then clip 2, clip 3, clip 4. So you know exactly in which order. So they're all chronological and they don't get messed up in the post editing, which I'll show you guys exactly how to do. So once you've gone ahead and basically downloaded all the snippets that you have 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, however many scenes, then we can actually go ahead and animate them in the next software, which is through Hedra. So Hedra AI is the next software that I've been using, and it's fantastic for basically doing the lip syncing and the voice and the video animation. So I'll show you guys exactly how to use this. It's very simple. They have a free version which you can use, but they also have a paid version which gives you a ton of credits. It's only $10 a month, so you can definitely use this as well if you want to speed up the process and also have credits, so you can just do this thing a little bit more sparingly. So once you go over here, you want to keep it on the Hedra 3 character. You can keep it on 16:9, you can keep it on 720, and you can keep it on auto. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the frame, which is going to be the first speaker. So I'm going to choose the male. Now, once I've chosen the male, I want to click on audio script, and I'll upload the audio of the male as well. And then here, as you can see, it's just going to show you the amount that you want. So of course you want to highlight all of it and use all of it, and then just press add to video. All right, so now we have the audio snippet, and we also have the character as well, the male character. And all you want to do here in the prompt, you don't want to give too much. Honestly, less is more. You just want to put podcast host speaking. That's all you want to do. And you just want to basically generate it. And as soon as it's done, it's going to pop up the video basically fully animated. I'm going to show you the magic that comes out of this from such a simple dialogue, such a simple prompt. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So I'll play this for you guys here.
And it gives us some surprising insights, I think.
Now, that's the first scene. You basically want to replicate the exact same thing for the female, then for the male, then the female, then for the male, until you basically have the entire podcast created. And then once it's done, we can go to the next step, which is basically just putting it all together. Now, my preferred mode of doing this is through CapCut, so I'll show you guys exactly how it's done. All right, now once you guys are in CapCut, you just want to pull up the files, and then we can drag them into the timeline. Then we can go from here, put them in, and we can put them in sequential order. So as we can see right now, we have 1, 2, and 3 already dragged in. Now my timeline is 1920 by 1080, and usually ChatGPT won't pull up videos, and they won't create the images, in 1920. So what you want to do is just pull on these and expand them to make sure that they're all fitting to size. And do the same thing here, and do the same thing here. Now we have every single image fitting in full size, and we don't have to worry about that as well. And now one thing I like to do to just put it all together is to add animated captions. So you want to go over here to captions, auto captions, and click on generate. This is if you have the pro version, but I think it's worth the investment, number one. Number two, if you don't, that's fine. There are other applications that can do auto captions, just like this one, because it's convenient. We have everything there. So once it's done, we can then go ahead and actually modify all these. You can see templates. There's tons of different templates that you can go for and just make something that looks quite easy, nice and clean. Let's say this one right here. And that's basically it. Now, one of the last thing I like to add is just a small little effect. So I go to effects and I type in vignette. And then this is going to give it a bit of a blur around the edges, like a bit of a dark edge. And then just makes it look a little bit more moody before, as you can see over here, it just gives it more mood, as you can see there, basically. So that's all you really need to do. Now you can just basically go ahead and export this video. And then now you have your full podcast scene. And this is the whole thing. That's the whole video. So this entire journey from beginning to end is really not that difficult. As you can see, I basically did this with no experience, having never done this before. I was able to create a video from scratch, turn this baby into an animated baby, talking baby, and took a really captivating story and turned it into a podcast. And now I have an entire video from scratch just because a bit of creativity and a few AI tools. Now I'm going to show you guys the second and the third method as well. And then I'm going to go through quickly and show you how to create the thumbnails and get it all wrapped up together so you guys can start your channel today, so that by the end of the day, you'll have your first video created, your first thumbnail created, and your first video posted on your YouTube channel, so you guys can start compounding these videos and creating this digital real estate portfolio of videos, which can in turn turn into a passive income stream for you and your family. So now let's get into the alternate method that I created for you guys, because if you're not interested in doing this, I have two other methods that you very well might be interested in, which are just as lucrative. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do those as well. All right, so moving on to method number two, I'm going to show you how to take actual clips of things that have happened on the internet, whether it's news, politics, whatever scenes you want to take, and basically just animate them into a baby style video, which is super cool, super creative. They're scroll stoppers, they're pattern interrupts. They go viral because they're so unique and so creative, and people have never seen them before. So just because it's so new and essentially bespoke in its own way, it's bound to go viral. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. So the example I've pulled up for us today is an example of basically Trump just being Trump and being a crazy man, who was basically this bunch of scene It's a bunch of scenes and compilations of him just being crazy. And so you can basically just take this audio snippet and you can then animate it into baby version of Trump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take this link and I'm going to paste it into this site that I have over here. You can literally go over here. You can download the audio clip, click it over here and paste this. And when you do, it's going to give you an option to download the video or download the audio. And what we want is to download the audio. Now that we have the audio, I'm just going to take a scene like this and do a screenshot of it so that we can basically animate this and turn this into baby version of Trump. So now that I have a screenshot, you want to head over to ChatGPT and you're going to put in the prompt that I'm going to show you. So if you go over here, you can see the prompt. You can just take this, copy it, and paste it. And by the way, guys, if you want access to all the prompts, the resources, and everything in this video, then you need to join my free school community. It is, first of all, number one, it's free. Number two, I give an entire masterclass, entire course for free with everything you need to know to start as a beginner all the way to advanced with everything you need, tools, resources, videos, links, everything that could help you in this journey. And also I go live for free twice a week with myself, yours truly, answering all your questions and giving you all the resources, audits, tips, and tricks that you need to be successful and limit the amount of mistakes that you need. So if you want to, the first link in the description will be the link to this free school community for you guys. I just want to mention that we're going live at the end of the month doing a free training, a massive 90-minute training, again, free live with myself, yours truly. There's going to be a link in the description for you to join that. So I highly recommend it. And if you end up watching this after the live webinar, don't worry. It's going to be there pre-recorded and added to my free program so you guys can watch it later. It's going to be so much value. You don't want to miss it. So anyways, let's go back into the video. So I've pasted the prompt that I showed you and I've also attached the image that I screenshot. So now we're just going to let ChatGPT do its magic and turn him into a baby. Boom. And there we have it. We literally have the same image that I took from before, but now he's a baby. And this is why I love the era that we're in, because using this technology has never been easier, which just made this entire business so much more accessible and lucrative for anybody who has an inch of passion to make money online. It is so accessible, so easy. So let's now take this and animate it into a podcast style talking baby. And I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like. So as we can see, the next step is to animate the images. So we can go back to Hedra and I'll show you guys what to do here again. All right, so now again, you want to basically upload the frame and then add the audio clip as well. And again, just put animate podcast speaker or something very simple just like that. And that's it. We'll just go ahead and press render and just let it generate. I'll see you guys when it's ready. All right, let's give this a watch and see what it looks like.
Latin music superstar Nikki Jam. Do you know Nikki? She's hot. Where's Nikki? Where's Nikki?
I love it. This is such an incredible time. So basically you can just now compile clips like this and just do like the most unhinged moments of Trump or whatever it is. Or again, do longer snippets, longer clips of Trump actually on the podium speaking and then animate the entire thing. And just the simple fact of you doing this and recreating it in a way that's way more captivating than actually watching him speak is how you can turn this thing into a viral money-making machine. And that's the opportunity that we have today. Alrighty, now this brings us to the last and final method, which is method number 3. Now, when I went back, I showed you guys at the beginning, when I showed you the 3, which is basically Reddit stories, AI stories, and political news stories, the last one we have is AI stories. So essentially the exact same concept we've done this entire time, but instead you can actually create your own stories from scratch, which allows you to basically mass produce these videos because you're able to train the AI to just create more and more topics, and you basically will have an unlimited threshold of topics and videos that you can create 1 a day, 2 a day, 3 a day, however you so choose, because you have this AI feeding you ideas. So what I've done here is I've created a very elaborate prompt for you guys so that you can copy and paste, and you can just change the things here that are in brackets that are according to the niche or style of genre, whatever videos you want. So it's going to basically have the entire thing broken down for you. It's going to know exactly what to do, the takeaways, the snippets and changing from speaker to speaker. Everything is going to be here for you. You just have to literally copy and paste this and put the topic here. That's all you have to do. It'll do the rest. And once you have that, then you have to basically repeat the entire process over and over again, which is essentially taking the audio snippet, snipping it into the male to female, or maybe there's 2 males speaking, whatever you so choose, downloading each scene individually, naming them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, adding them to Hedra, animating them, and having those clips named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., putting them into CapCut and putting them all together and adding the vignette or whatever filter you want, adding the auto captions, and then going ahead and uploading it. Now I'm going to show you the last part of this video, which is the thumbnail. I'm going to show you exactly just one iteration of what it could look like. I don't think it's that important because the niche is so interesting that these things just get clicks just because. So I'll show you guys just a cute, very short 2-minute sample of how to create a thumbnail on Canva, and then you guys can go ahead and basically start this video and start all the process I just showed you and start creating your videos literally the same day of watching this. So once you're in Canva, you just want to go ahead and type in YouTube thumbnail, and you'll see an option that comes up, which is going to give you a blank thumbnail here. And you want to click on the blank thumbnail because it's going to give you one that's already created. That's 1920 by 1080, which is exactly what you want. So now I want to go ahead and basically just upload the 2 images of the speakers and put them parallel to each other. So head over to uploads and just upload the files. All right, now I've gone ahead and added the one for the man or the baby man. And so I'm going to put that over and drag it to the right. But I actually don't like the one of the female. I wanted to be a little bit more enthusiastic. So I went over to this one and I basically just asked it to create another version of her, but that's like laughing and smiling and more enthusiastic and surprised. So now I'm going to add that version instead. And again, I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this and resize it. All right, so now that you've uploaded this, you just want to go ahead and click on this crop tool. And you just want to crop it out up to about here and so on and so forth about here. And then now you can click on done. You can go over here to flip horizontal. And now we can basically put them kind of left and right. So it looks like they're kind of speaking to each other. And that's basically all you'd really want to do here for this. And then basically just add some text. And so we can go over here to the text menu. Let me just make this a little bit bigger here. Go to the text menu and add text here from the side. You can go ahead and choose something that actually looks a little bit nicer. Click on this one, for example. And you can actually delete this one over here and just put, and what you want to do is focus on a caption or a type of comment from the video that likely could actually go viral. And this is the key here because many people don't put a lot of emphasis on the thumbnails. They actually put that as like an afterthought, but this is not the way that it should be. You really need to put a lot of emphasis in making sure that the thumbnail is very captivating and that what's being said and written on the thumbnail actually complements the video. So I just basically said I chose a scene from the snippet of the podcast that I did, and that was a scene like he fell in the trash. And I just took that as a quote, and now it looks like there's 2 baby podcast speakers looking to each other, and then he fell in the trash. You really don't have to put too much thought into like the design too much. It's more or less like what's written and also the captivating emotions in the faces. And that's pretty much it. Now you can go ahead and click share, download it, and upload your video. And that's pretty much it. So guys, this kind of concludes the video. I'm fully aware that probably 99.5% of you are not going to do a single thing after watching this video. And it saddens me. It really hurts my heart. But for the 0.5% of you who are serious about taking this in your own hands and creating an income stream online and actually developing a system that works for you while you sleep so you no longer have to devote your life and trade your time, your precious time, for money, then it's time to actually do something about this. So like I said, I'm hosting a free webinar at the end of the month. If you want details on this, there's a link in the description of this to join the webinar. It is free, it is live, and has a full 90-minute training on how to do this thing from scratch to start your channel and turn this thing into a profitable machine. And so if you're interested, click the link below. And if you also want to join my free school community, please go ahead. Again, the link will be in the description. Go ahead and sign up. It's free. You'll get everything that you need. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Imagine starting YouTube automation and within less than half of a year, making $16,000 a month every single month passively without showing your face or creating any of the videos yourself. May sound crazy, but I'm going to walk you through one of the students who joined my program and show you the entire journey, the entire roadmap and playbook that he used to earn that exact amount of money and is now able to actually start scaling to almost $30,000 a month. That's his run rate right now. That's only on one channel, by the way, and he's starting more channels. So I want to give you guys an honest and transparent breakdown of what this actually looks like for the average person who's starting YouTube automation. Is it realistic? Can it be replicated? We're going to answer all those questions. So let's get started. So the point of this video is that I want to prove to you guys that YouTube can change your life within 5 months or less, guaranteed. All right, so we're going to walk through a few of the things that I want to show you here. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller, not nearly as important. So the first things first, I have a screenshot here of the channel, and I'm even going to share with you guys the channel. I don't mind. It's making almost $16,000 a month. It just had a $1,700 day. I think today I had a $1,500 day, something like that. It's getting crazy. This thing has literally a run rate of $30,000 to $50,000 a month by the end of the month. It's absolutely insane. Okay. I actually have a video on my channel I just posted. It's an in-depth interview with this student, and he kind of walks you through exactly how he got here, the hurdles that he went through. And one of the main things that actually was the biggest friction point between him getting the results that he has was making the wrong initial decision, which was who he could actually trust to help him get to this point. He actually decided to work with a different program simply because they offered a pre-monetized channel, which, to be honest, I don't advise pre-monetized channels. They're not the way to go. If people are telling you it's okay, it's just not. I would be very, very weary because those channels often get demonetized or they just don't go places because the way that people are monetizing these channels is not right. It's done with bots. And so just a quick tip there, avoid pre-monetized channels unless you know exactly what you're doing and where you're getting them from. So I want to show you guys what happened. He joined someone else's program in early February, and you can see, okay, the channel was monetized, so it was making some money. But when he actually joined my program was in July. So between February and July, he had only accumulated less than $100 in revenue, while he had spent thousands of dollars to join that program and thousands of dollars on content. No results, no traction. He was completely demoralized, but decided to give it one last shot, working with us. So as you can see here, he had his biggest day, $1,761. And that is basically when we started working together. That's in July all the way to December. So this is what it could look like if you actually had somebody there behind you who knew what they were talking about, who was ready to basically take everything and hold your hand through the whole process. He left us a really, really good review, and we're actually doing an updated one because this was only within the first 3 weeks of joining our program. So he actually talks here about how he decided to work with a different company first, regretted that decision, and then came to us where he's talking about how right away he started racking up 25,000 views. His click-through rate was through the roof, which it still is to this day. And he rant about how much support he actually gets versus what his experience was with the other program that he invested in. So this is just here. I want you guys to take the time to obviously go through it on your own, but just wanted to give it a little bit of a preface on what this thing actually looks like. So I want to talk about how it started versus now. So how it started, you could see the videos were just not going anywhere. The thumbnails were not optimized. The titles were really bad. And he just had no proper guidance and no idea of how to actually create a video that goes viral. Understanding click-through rate, understanding clickbait, understanding psychology versus now, okay? We literally are crushing it with him. We're getting millions of views on his channel because we helped him understand the art of psychology, the art of clickbait. They're so, so, so important. And guys, he's not the only one that's experiencing this. I literally have hundreds and hundreds of testimonies. This is just a small handful of case studies and testimonies and results that we have. And I even have some students that have reached $30,000 to $35,000 a month with their channels. Some even actually more now. We're starting to get some really big hitters. And I have more interviews on my channel with the proof, screenshots. Nothing I say is fabricated. I have proof for everything. I can show you the channels. I can have you talk to the students. I literally have nothing to hide. And I'm doing this because it's pretty obvious that we're going through a trust recession. It's really hard to know who to trust. And that's why I take the time to make these videos. They're 30, 40 minutes long, and I literally unravel the curtain and show you guys everything behind closed doors. I don't hide anything. I always show my program. I show my students. I show the channels. I don't mind because I literally have nothing to hide. So throughout this video, I'm going to be walking through everything. And I have to say that the main thing that really moved the needle the furthest was the communication. And he was very open about this too. There was no communication in these other programs. I'm not going to talk down on any other one, by the way. I'm not going to say names. It doesn't matter who it was. All I know is we have an enormous amount of support. We have an enormous amount of communication that we offer to the students. You have a one-on-one coach. You have 9 live group coaching sessions every single week, and you have an extremely active community to back it all up. So having all these things, you really feel like you have the type of support and communication that you need to feel confident and have reassurance in every single decision that you make and every single video that you create. So here you can see, like, we go back and forth. We send thumbnails over and over and over again. Even if it takes 10, 15 times for one revision, it's fine. So we get our scripts reviewed in the chats and on the calls, thumbnails, titles, topics, videos, everything goes through us. We're very, very thorough. I know I'm taking a long time to explain this stuff, but I'm wanting to prove to you guys that there is a point to be made here. When you're doing something like the YouTube, it's not just like a walk in the park business. You can treat it like that, but it's going to pay you like that. If you want to treat it like a business, you need to actually understand operationally how this thing works. You need to understand the psychology of how to create videos that convert, that people want to click on, that people want to avoid clicking on those videos and click on yours instead. So I'm done ranting on that. I want to talk about the business model at large. Why YouTube is actually such a phenomenal business model when it's stacked up to other ones like Amazon, like dropshipping, like marketing agencies. The beautiful part about this is that once those businesses get competitive, it's very difficult. Rather with YouTube, You need competition. Competition is actually necessary for growth. And I say that because if something isn't competitive, it likely doesn't work at all. That's very, very predominant with YouTube. If you find a niche that no one else is doing, there's probably a reason for it. People have actually tried that niche and they didn't succeed, so you should run far away. You also need your videos to go viral in your niche so that others can suggest yours, right? Or you can suggest others. So if your video goes viral and it gets 1 million views and someone else's video is close to yours or similar, it's going to get recommended in the suggestions tab. So if you get 1 million views, that means you now put 1 million different eyes on that person in the suggestions. And this works vice versa. So if you have competitors that are going viral, you literally are having so many chances to go viral because your videos will get suggested in those viral videos and increases your chances of going viral. And so it's a very symbiotic relationship between videos that need to go viral and the competition that actually helps you out. And so people should not run away from competition. It is such a healthy thing for growth, especially in YouTube. And the last point is that YouTube doesn't owe you views. All right, you need to earn them. And that's a main point that people don't understand. They think that just because they post content or they posted 100 videos or 10 videos a day, it doesn't matter. You need to earn those views by actually understanding what your viewers want to see. You don't just create content for the sake of creating content. You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks. You need to take the time to do the proper market research to really understand what your viewers want to see and what they don't want to see and curate content around it. That's how this game is played. All right, so I'm going to walk you through how to actually set up a successful video. This is such important information. This is going to, again, unravel the curtain and show you guys exactly how we did it for Mike and how you can replicate the exact same results within less than half of a year. I guarantee it. All right. So the first step is topic selection. This is the most important part of video creation in general. If you don't have a good topic, your video will not go viral. You could have the most amazing video in the world. If you choose the wrong topic, it won't go anywhere. All right. So the first step is topic research training and finding trends. You need to do the proper research and understand what is actually going viral and what isn't right now, right? You don't want to be posting videos that are 5-10 years old because they got 10 million views back in the day and you think it's going to happen now. So there's specific ways to identify if something like that is still relevant. You want to look at the views per hour, for example, see the trending graph on Google, and you can kind of match it if that makes sense. But for the most part, you want to find things that are trending now or things that are relevant now or things that are relevant now, but will also be relevant 10-15 years from now. All right. The second thing is reusing successful video ideas. So within your own catalog of videos and other catalogs of videos from other channels, find videos that have already proven to work and emulate them, replicate them, reuse them, recycle them, make them a little bit different, make them a little bit unique. Do something that's already proven to work. Don't recreate the wheel. Okay. And utilize Google Trends and Google News. Go to Google Trends, look at the trending tab and look at things that are actually relevant right now, that are trending right now and that have an upswing, that have a very consistent graph. These are the ones that you want to talk about because there's proven data. You want to look at data. There's data there that states that people are interested in this topic for a long time, today, and for time to come. That is how you make a video that lasts forever, where you create passive income that's actually passive and lasts. Also, common framework patterns, right? So the specific frameworks that you'll notice when you study other channels, you'll see that they use specific keywords, they use specific public figures, they use specific colors, arrows. There's frameworks that are embedded in videos that you want to emulate, all right? So make sure you study them very thoroughly so you can just copy what already works. Now, we also have another thing called the dummy account method and competitor analysis. I'm not going to explain it too much because I literally have a video in my catalog of videos. I'm going to actually put it in the top right corner here. Watch the video. It is literally, oh man, it's the best way to find viral videos, to find great topics for your channel. If you use nothing else but this strategy, I promise you can make your first $10,000. This is all I make my students do. And I'm also giving it to you guys for free. People are paying thousands of dollars for the program. I'm giving you that strategy for free just to prove to you guys that anyone can do this. All right. Just by simply watching one of my videos and implementing everything just for my free information, I promise you guys will make money. And the more money you guys make, the more interested you are in working with me personally to help you guys make more money. So my goal is just to help make as many people money, and it's working very, very well. All right. The last one is a video bucket strategy. You're going to see specific channels that are reusing a lot of topics. So the specific things you'll see maybe even like on a Mr. Beast channel where they do challenges or comparing a $1 or something to a $100,000 something, or specific things where they do 30 days in isolation. You'll see patterns, right? You'll see specific videos that kind of have the same beginning or same ending, but there's a specific part of it that's different. Maybe they change the location, maybe they change the theme. They'll do something that's very, very similar but then they'll change specific variables. So this is a phenomenal way to capitalize on something that's already proven to work and reuse it to just keep on making money. Find something that works and keep on doubling down. That's the main thing. All right, guys, step number 2 is script writing. This is also extremely important. You want to nail down the script, and we need to also get script writing out of our head. It's a great term, it's a great concept, but we need to start thinking about storytelling. Storytelling is really what attracts people. When you go ahead and you just say something, people will probably listen. But when you tell a story, people get very invested, people get very, very interested. And so the more you can kind of create and harvest a story within your video, the better you're going to do, because it captivates people on a different level that a simple script just cannot do. All right, so there's a few options when it comes to creating your scripts. The first option is a pretty obvious one, just going to Fiverr and hiring someone. The second one is through Upwork, right? And the third one is through Claude. I recommend Claude. You could also use ChatGPT, of course. Depending on the niche, sometimes you need ChatGPT because it needs to pull real-time data. But I'm telling you guys, AI is the way of the future with so many different things. We actually use AI to write our scripts. We don't even recommend script writers because the AI writes phenomenal scripts. So I'm going to give you guys something, a free resource. It's called my Advanced Script Framework. This is a framework, a document that I created, which actually has you break down and analyze your top competitors, their scripts, and reverse engineer them into this framework so that you can literally plug it into your own channel and emulate those scripts one-to-one. The same framework, you'll see exactly how their intros start, if they're asking questions or is it a statement, how does the intro actually merge into the body into the outro, all these different points. So you literally micro-analyze your competition and create scripts that convert based on what's already proven to work from your competitors. This is how we see success with our students. This is the level and intricacy of effort that we put in to make sure that we succeed. We don't just pick a topic because it sounds good or we have our gut feeling, butterflies in our stomach. No, we do proper research. And when we do the proper research, we know everything is much more intentional. We make data-driven decisions, not gamble with emotions. So this is something I'm going to include for you guys as well. Now, the third thing is the voiceover. All right. So going through the options, of course, voiceover is very important. It's not nearly as important, but you still need to make sure that you're picking a voice that matches the vibe. So I would recommend as well studying many competitors in your niche and seeing what the common theme is, right? Is it a male? Is it female? Is there a specific accent? Is there a tone? Is there a pace? I would try and take note of all those things and just pick one that is similar to all the rest. Don't go too different. So you can use Fiverr as the one option. You can, of course, use Upwork as well. And you can go into 11 Labs for AI voice or Artlist. These two are phenomenal ones. Artlist is actually a very, very low-key, very underutilized and talked about AI for voiceovers. It is literally probably the best on the market. And I'm giving you guys this sauce right now by offering this to you. I only give it to my students again. I want just everyone to be using YouTube as a platform to create generational wealth because that's exactly what it does. The best analogy that I can give for YouTube is that YouTube is like digital real estate. All right. So when I talk to people who invest in real estate and I actually explain it to them and use this analogy, they go crazy. Like they're like, where do I sign up? So imagine it's like you're buying a big piece of land and that is your channel. All right. And on that piece of land, you're building houses that are going to get rented. Those are your videos, right? So your big piece of land is the channel and the videos you're creating are the homes on that land, which all pay rent every single month. But you don't have to find renters. You don't have to have a big down payment. You don't need to worry about capital gains, property tax, squatters who don't pay rent, the risks associated with real estate. By the way, I'm not bashing real estate. It's a phenomenal way to make money. But there's so many resistance points to real estate versus this is the exact same thing, but in the digital space. And it costs one fraction of the price that it costs to actually start, build a home or to buy a home. You don't have to find renters because the renters find you. YouTube will bring you these views for free. We use AI to create the videos. The cost of actually running these channels is very, very low. And the risk is very low. And the upside is extremely high because the profit margins are literally between 70 to 90%. So I know that was a bit of a mouthful, but I want to really make this point proven because YouTube is just the future of investing. You're literally creating a catalog of videos that just exist. There's videos that I posted years ago on YouTube, years ago, that are still compensating me today. They all pay me thousands of dollars. They literally pay for my rent. They pay for my flights. They just live there and exist and they pay for things. And I just build more videos. I just create more content and add more to my portfolio, which in turn increases the valuation and it just compounds one over another, each video. So sorry about my little rant. I want to make a point proven that YouTube literally is the future of making money. We're not selling anything, right? There's no sales calls, there's no email marketing, there's no paid ads, there's no advertising, there's no funnel building. There's nothing like that. There's no customer acquisition, there's no customer support, there's nothing. We're just creating content, posting it. YouTube brings us the views and we get compensated. Again, a bit of a mouthful there, but I just want to really bring the point across. So let's move on, guys. Sorry to get distracted. Number 4 is video editing. This is also a very, very important part. The way to get this done is 2 different main ways. We have Fiverr and we have Upwork. You typically want to hire an expert to do this, somebody who actually has experience specifically in your niche. I'm going to give you guys something very cool, literally a job post template. Just copy and paste this exact job post. I'm going to leave it in the description for you guys. Copy and paste the exact job post, and you can literally use it to hire and find the best talent for video editing. All right. This is just my little freebie to you guys. All right. Now, the next step is thumbnail design. I know I've said time and time again, this is the most important, this is the most important. They're all very important. Thumbnails are so important because they're the reason that people click. All right. We're very visual creatures. We see something as attractive. We see a color that stands out. We look in that direction. You need to master the art of thumbnails, because if you don't, nobody will click on your videos. You can have the best video in the world. If you don't have a good title and a good thumbnail, your click-through rate won't be high. No one will click on your videos. YouTube will not deem your video as being quality, and you won't get views. All right. So there's a few options here for this. The first one is Fiverr. The second one is Upwork. And the third one is ChatGPT. All right. So we actually built a bot within ChatGPT that creates these thumbnails for you. This is literally just a small prompt. I said, I'm making a video about top 5 poker players who got caught cheating. That's all I said. And it created this. Now, it's not like you can just do that on ChatGPT. It's not going to do it just like this. I heavily prompted this ChatGPT, this GPT that we built, to give you something like this from a simple prompt. So I'm going to give this to you guys for free, a free resource for you. And I want you guys to just use it because this is just such an amazing opportunity. I want everyone to capitalize on it while it is an opportunity. You know what they say? The opportunity of a lifetime is only in the lifetime of the opportunity. So just capitalize on it as much as you possibly can. All right, guys. So the reason why I say all this that works is because I have the proof to back everything up. I'm going to give you some living proof. I mean, you've seen what I showed you above. We have so many testimonies. I literally have hundreds of testimonies and screenshots and video interviews and testimonial videos. Everything you guys need to really firmly believe and have actual conviction that this business works. All right. I'm going to show you guys some channels here. I'm going to show you, this is actually the channel that I was talking about. It's a courtroom style channel. All right. So you can see here the results, $1,200 here, $1,700 here. We used to think these were big days here, $500, $600, crazy days. Okay. Now we're doing $1,000, $2,000 days. All right. That's one example here. We just had another student hit $11,000 with another channel. We can see some pretty big days here as well. $900 a day, another $800 a day. This is literally what you can expect when you understand the game of YouTube. And this is another student here. I can pull up way more, but there's another student. This is her first month, literally her first month, and she's creating videos about RVs, all right, RV lifestyle. First month of being monetized, $2,300. What could you do with $2,300 after starting this random business online and creating videos? This is the power of YouTube. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is our community, because I've showed you guys a few screenshots, and screenshots are cool. You can fabricate them, you can do whatever. But I want to show you guys the proof here that this business really, really works. I'm going to go here to our accomplishments. All right. In accomplishments, we have all the students. This is our internal wins. All right. So this is just students sharing with other students that they're crushing it to motivate each other and inspire each other. We have Monique, views and subscribers almost doubled in one day, 110,000 views, life-changing. Literally, the student actually said he's stepping away from his job this entire month to just focus on YouTube because he's making so much money. All right. 300 new subscribers, first video achievements, got 100 subscribers, first video going viral, another milestone, 10,000 views, another milestone off the list, 4-figure day, first 48-hour performance, new record month. December's off to a great start. First video is out, monetized. November earnings, I think he did here, $1,970 for the month. Reached 10,000 subscribers. October earnings thread, 3,943. Hit a new number 1, 20K views, milestone unlocked, 100,000 views, 100 subscribers. First video, second week, did 7,000 views in 2 weeks. Early success with latest video, fourth video, first $500 day, First video, first week, it happened. First 1K month and $100 a day. First video published, I got monetized, 65K views, and that's the first page, guys. And we have hundreds of pages. All right. So this is what you can expect when you actually have a program, a platform, and a support system with people who know what they're talking about and are willing to actually hold your hand to help you grow. All right. This is what it could look like. $856 in the last 8 days and $18 in commissions. Monetization going well. Another guy reached $1,600 or $1,160. Another student here as well, $100 for first day, first payday, $100 as well. First $500 day, that's a different guy, by the way. Almost 1 million views, 50,000 views. All right, so I can keep going, but I think you guys are starting to get the point. This is what you can expect. Again, if you want support like this, actually, if you want results like this, then you want support like this. You want a group of people who actually care and know what they're talking about and can support you and make sure that they hold your hand until you're profitable. That's what we have, and we actually guarantee it. If you don't make your entire investment back of working with me, yes, there's an investment to work with me, 100%. If you don't make it all back within 6 months, I give it back to you, no questions asked. I have no problem. All right. That's how confident I am in my product. That's how confident I am in the business model. That's how confident I am in myself. So if you guys are interested, there's a little link. First one, I'll be in the description of this video. Go ahead and book a call. See if it makes sense, because there's an investment to work with us, full transparency. And if it makes sense, then we can work together. I'd love to see you guys on the other side. Talk to you soon. So you started watching this video simply because the title said that somebody else out there went about creating content online and generating cash flow passively without ever showing their face or creating a single video themselves. And you saw that title and you thought to yourself, wow, wouldn't it be cool if I did that too? The main issue is not the fact that this thing doesn't work. The main issue is that I'm going to go throughout this entire video, break down the entire process, literally everything from A to Z, show you from start to finish how to create this channel with the prompts, with the systems, with the sites and everything. And the real issue is that 98.9% of you are not going to do a thing. You're not going to lift a finger. You're going to watch this video. You might like it. You might drop a comment. You're going to be excited, but no one's going to do anything about it. And what's crazy, I even have an entire school community literally free where you can join and get my entire massive course for free with tons of content. I even go live twice a week, free. I don't charge $1 for it. And most of you guys are going to do absolutely nothing. So I ask you now, if you're the type of person that's not going to take action on this, then don't finish watching this video. Just click away now. I'll deal with the bad average view duration. Doesn't matter to me. I only want people who consume my content, the action takers. That's all only people I want in my system, in my ecosystem, because those who simply take action are the ones who make money. And there's a story here to be told, because the channel I'm about to uncover today and show you the entire roadmap is somebody who decided to just take action. It's a very simple concept. I'm going to show you exactly how you can clone this channel and make very similar returns, because the whole system can be completely streamlined and automated by AI softwares, or even just delegating this out to simple people online. All right. So without further ado, I want to get straight into the video. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I want to show you guys exactly how you can use AI softwares and use simple tools to recreate a channel just like this and start generating cash flow, whether it's $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month. It doesn't matter. The idea is that your simple efforts can make money online, and I'm going to show you guys how. And I hope that you are part of the 1.1% that actually take action, because it's not that difficult. The hardest thing is just taking the first jump and putting yourself out there, because of course there's a risk of it not working, but would you rather live with the risk of it not working or the idea of knowing that you never tried, right? So but motivating you guys, I just wanted to put that out there, because it's very important to me that I just am able to work with and attract the type of clientele and the type of followers that really do take action. I don't like the people that sit on the sidelines and they complain that their lives are not happy, they're dealing with financial burdens, but they just won't do anything about it. So I digress. What I'm going to talk about today is called Guard Watch. Let me just go ahead and show you here. All right. The oldest video was posted literally 4 months ago. So a very, very recent channel. All right. Very new. Now, moving down, they have a total of 5.8 million views that's been accumulated, about almost 40,000 subscribers. Pretty good. All right. Now, moving on to the actual stats. Before I show you exactly how much money they're making, because I will show you, I need you to know that YouTube will unfortunately not pay you for content until you reach 2 specific thresholds, which are 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. All right. Once you do hit these, then you are allowed to start earning revenue with YouTube. So once you actually are approved, you'll be entered into the partner program, which then you get paid from YouTube. And there's 2 different metrics to pay attention to. The first one is CPM, which is the cost per mil. And the second one is the RPM, which is the take home. And usually what happens is YouTube will pay you, the creator, 55%, and then they will take home 45% for themselves. That's about it. So now let's go into the exact numbers that this channel is pushing so you know exactly what you can expect for yourself and what they're doing within 4 months of actually attempting this niche overall, all right? So they've done a total of 1.3 million views this month alone, all right? Just this month alone. Again, total was 5.8 million. So last month they did 1.3 million views. So the way we calculate this is that we divide it by 1,000 because YouTube will pay us for every 1,000 views that are accumulated on the channel. We only get paid for the new 1,000 views, not for previous ones, just for context. So we take 1.3 million, we divide by 1,000, we get 1,300. That's the number. Keep this number in mind. Now, the average RPM for this niche is about $5 to $6. So RPM, remember, is our take. That's the 55% that YouTube gives us. So it's about $5 to $6 for every 1,000 views that YouTube will pay you for this niche. So now remembering this 1,300, we take 1,300 and multiply that by 5.6, we get $6,500 to $7,800 per month. So that's how much they earn this month for making simple videos. All right. The videos are absolutely so simple to create. It's actually mental. Anybody with very simple, basic, fundamental knowledge of how to use technology, a computer, and some softwares can make these videos. And if you don't have any of that, don't worry. I'm going to teach you today. All right. So $6,000 to $7,000 a month from creating simple videos. All right. Now, the total, let's look at the total because that's just what they made this month. Total is 5.8 million views. Divided by 1,000, you get 5,848. So you multiply that by $5 to $6, you get about $30,000 to $35,000 total generated income. Phenomenal. But mind you, I said income, that's revenue. So let's look at the profits because it's also important to understand, okay, cool, we made this much cash, but how much are you actually keeping? Because unlike drop shipping where you're dealing with 7 to 15% profit margins, YouTube is a whole different game because when you streamline systems and you automate things, it doesn't cost that much. And even more better is that when you do it yourself, it costs even less. All right. So the cost per video is between $10 to $45. Why is that spread so big? So I say, if you hire somebody today on Upwork, it's going to cost you about $45 to create this entire video. Guaranteed. All right. If you choose to do it yourself, it'll average out to about $10 a month. Right. That's across all the videos. So really marginal amount of investment. All right. So now $45, let's say that they spent $45. Let's say they didn't make the videos themselves and they outsourced it to somebody else. They have 110 videos on the channel, which means you multiply 45 by 110, you get about $5,000. So they spent $5,000 to then generate $29,000 to $35,000. So you take that amount, you minus $5,000, you're basically at a 95% profit margin, which is phenomenal. So again, looking at this business is so many different angles. It is absolutely mind-blowing how scalable this thing is and also how profitable it is at the same time. And most importantly, how beginner friendly and accessible the entire business model is for everybody, right? So let's move on to the entire strategy. I'm now going to break down exactly how these videos are created, starting with the topics, the titles, the videos themselves, the scripts, the animations, putting everything all together. So I'm going to do it all for you and break it all down because I want you to have the absolute best chance of success. And the only way I can do that is by showing you from scratch how it's done. Now, before I get to that, I want to talk about one simple important tip that is actually going to make or break your experience with YouTube. So not a lot of people are talking about this, but it is so vital. It's a new thing that's happening with YouTube, which is called the trust score. All right. So trust score is something that is actually almost destroying channels right now, destroying people's chances, of having successful channels because nobody understands that there's an actual trust score in place for the channels. So what a trust score means is YouTube's ability to read your channel and understand whether you are a human or a bot. Because as of right now, there's a lot of channels that are popping up left and right. They're all AI based and they're just creating all the videos with AI and flooding YouTube with hundreds and hundreds of videos without actually giving any indication that they're not a bot. And so what you need to do is one of two things, or ideally both. Number one, don't use a brand new Gmail account to start the account. All right. So when you open up your channel, don't start with a brand new Gmail account. I would find an aged Gmail account, one that's been old, like one that you started years and years and years ago, or at least, 3 to 6 months ago, and I've been using it. So if you take an old original Gmail account that's so old, at least, like I said, 1 to 3 years old, YouTube will already have a better indication that your channel is going to be legitimately human because it's not like a fresh account, which they have no data on. They can't actually tell if you're a bot because they have no data, right? So an old email will help a lot. The second thing is to spend 1 to 2 weeks warming up the account. This is the key, all right? Most people are not going to tell you this. And what's happening here is that if you just start a Gmail and then open up your YouTube account and then start posting videos, YouTube is going to give you 0 trust score. And so a lot of people face this issue where they'll post a video, they'll post 3 videos, they'll post 10 videos, and they'll get 1 impression, 5 impressions, 15 impressions, and they wonder why. And then they think, wow, this whole thing was an absolute scam. Everybody was lying to me, right? It doesn't work. But in reality, you haven't warmed up your account. You've given YouTube no indication that you are a real person, and they have no reason to trust you. And so they will not push your content out because they're afraid you might be a bot, right? You might be pushing harmful content. They don't know who you are. And so you need to warm up the account. So I'm going to give you guys a very quick preview of what warming up an account means. All right. So on your homepage, let's say that the niche that you have is history. Okay. So you're going to start searching up history videos, and you're going to start watching these videos. You're going to find your competitors, and you're going to start watching these videos, and you click on them. You're going to comment on videos. You're going to like videos. You're going to watch them through like a human being. Don't act like a bot. Don't just go one video to the next video, doing the exact same thing every single time and subscribing to every single person, because that also will flag them as bot behavior. So truly act like a human. That's the whole point, right? They're actually not stupid. They will know if you're a human or a bot, right? So act like a human. First part is to spend at least 2-3 hours a day just watching content on YouTube. The second thing is to optimize your home feed. So over here, if content is not relevant to what your niche is, you want to click the 3 tabs over here and click on not interested. Then go not interested. Then go not interested, especially my competitor. Definitely not interested. All right. So that's what you want to do for hours and hours every day for at least 1 to 2 weeks. Now, when you do that, YouTube will have a very strong indication that you're a real human, and they'll be much more inclined to push your content out. So sorry for the long tangent, but it is such an important one because it is literally the make or break of your channel. All right. So now let's talk about how to create these videos. The first step is to start with the titles and topics. Now, I've saved you guys the pain of having to go through this. I literally am giving you a full ChatGPT script. I've specially optimized this one for this niche. You just have to literally copy and put it into ChatGPT. I have it right here. You paste it, boom. As soon as you do, it's going to give you 20 titles, 20 topics that you can use. So again, considering this niche, they're really, really focusing on like the clickbait, the emotion factors. You know, Trump's son ordered a royal guard to salute him for getting his, let me see here, privilege won't work here. Okay, so just an idea. Or Donald Trump ordered a guard to salute him. Only be reminded he's not in charge here, right? So these are the type of topics that are working fantastic. As you can see, 344,000 views in 5 days. That's fantastic. So what we want to do is put in the prompt. It's going to give you a ton of different topics that are just like that. Pal's card breaks rank when he recognizes his estranged father in the crowd, right? Or Secret Service agent refuses order to shoot, reveals the target is his brother. So not only do you get the really good titles and topics, you also have a thumbnail idea, which is very, very cool. So the thumbnail idea, it'll give you the image idea of you how to prompt it, and also the text that should be there as well. Right. So that's pretty much it for the topic ideation and also the titles. Now moving on to the script writing process. All right. Again, I've done you guys a very good solid, and I've literally given you guys the entire script. Now, by the way, if you guys want the script to this, you just have to come to my free community, go to Classroom. All right. And if you scroll all the way down here to the YouTube content, you can see all my YouTube videos. And if you want the specific prompt, you just have to click here. And it's going to take you to a document that's going to open up with all the prompts that I'm talking about in this specific video. So obviously that's my previous video, but if you guys want that content, just join my free community. It's literally free. Link will be in the bio, and then you can go from there. All right. So now what you want to do is, again, copy and paste this exact script again. So copy and then paste. Now what I've done is I've actually put that into a new tab here. So I pasted this whole thing, but there's one specific section you need to modify. All right. So right here, you have to insert the scenario or incident idea here. So what I've done is I've put it here. Pal's guard breaks ranks when he recognizes his estranged father in the crowd, like I mentioned. All right. So perfect. I pasted it. Now it also asked me to attach a mock reference script, because I told it in the script that I'm going to attach a script for it to model as well. So if we go back here and I just went to popular, I clicked on the nearest video, and then I just clicked on here into the NextLev script extension tool. If you guys don't have NextLev, by the way, you need it. You absolutely need it. It's like $13 a month. It's a game changer. You can literally download scripts, download thumbnails with one button. It's the easiest thing in the world. I'll leave a link in the description again. There's also a 20% discount code if you want to use by discount code. If not, totally fine. But it's just going to make everything so much easier for you. So when you click on the script button, you just have to click on here, click on copy, and click copy transcript. Now, I just pasted this entire script over here, as you can see. And once I finished pasting it, then it started actually writing the entire thing and put it into different scenes. So now I have the entire script put together into different scenes, perfectly written, exactly in the same format of writing as the original script, and also as per the recommendations of the script and the way I've engineered it for you. All right. So now moving on, we have the script, we have the actual titles and topics. Now we just want the voiceover. Now there's a few options for voiceover. All right. We have the classic 11 Labs, we have Artlist, we have Hube, and Fish Audio. Hube is actually a new software that's coming to the game, and they actually have fantastic text-to-speech software intelligence because they actually give you the ability to modify the emotions, which is very, very cool. So I'm going to give you guys a sample here. I'm going to take a small piece of the script and give you guys a sample to see how you can actually modify the script based on, again, the emotions behind it.
And he saw him, an older man, standing alone by the rail, weathered, hollow-eyed, wearing the same damn jacket Mason remembered from that night, the night he walked out and never came back.
So as you can see, phenomenal. All I did was I wrote serious police general old man. Like, I am actually able to type in the type of voiceover that I want. And now I can even modify the tone as well, right? The emotions. So if I want it to be more disgust and more anger, more joyful, I can actually modify that accordingly. So this is actually really, really cool software. It gives you some different variations as well. And you can save the voice now that I've created it. It's very, very cool. So if I want to go as well, just to show you guys, for the sake of knowing the pricing, it's actually not too bad at all. The starter plan can be $3 a month, 30,000 characters gets you a decent amount, or just a $10 a month will give you pretty much enough for like probably a month worth of script. So $10 a month is fantastic. I'll leave a link in the description for this as well if you guys want to use this for yourself. All right. So the voiceover, I'd say, again, you can use Hume. Fish Audio is also very, very good. It's about $13 a month for unlimited. Artlist is definitely on the more expensive side, but fantastic voiceovers. I don't think you have to go that far. And then 11 Labs is the classic one that everyone knows of as well. So now it's time to generate the images and the videos. So what I've noticed is at the beginning of their videos, they started with a text to image, right? So the image was created with AI. Then they animated the image as well. And so now it's a video, but it's only for the beginning sections. And then after that, it goes straight to the images and just a slideshow, right? So you could choose to do the whole thing with video if you so choose. You could choose to do the whole thing with images, or you could do the same thing that they're doing, which is the videos at the beginning and then following up with the images afterwards as a slideshow. So I'm going to show you guys how to do obviously both. So in the case of doing it with images, the first step is to go and actually take this entire prompt, copy it, and put it back into ChatGPT and put it after the script is finished. So once the script is finished, I say, based on the script above, I want you to act as a cinematic visual prompter, right? And that's going to be basically, after understanding all the rules here, it's going to break down every single scene into prompts, which then you can literally go and copy and paste these into this software. It's called Reeb.create. And this is a fantastic free software to create images for you. So this is where it gets really, really cool because, again, you're able to not only create the whole imagery for free, but you can also then take this and put it into, like I said, the animation software and bring it to life. So this is a really good software. I'm going to leave the link in the description. If you join the free school community, it's going to be a whole step-by-step breakdown on a Google Doc with all the links, resources, prompts, everything is there. So once you've actually generated each and every image as per the prompting, as per the ChatGPT prompt here, then you can take these and put them into Pixverse. Now, Pixverse has a few credits for free. You can actually use them until they go. And then if you want to just swap emails to another one and have more credits, or you can actually go into and just spend some money on the paid, I think it's about $20 a month for the software itself. And you'll have enough credits to last you a lifetime. Like they last a long time. It's much more, you get a lot more than Kling, to be honest. And the quality is very, very good. So I'm going to show you just one example. I'm going to upload it and show you exactly what happened. All right, so just finished. I'm just going to give you a heads up. I did write guard walking slowly as the prompt. That's all I wrote. And this is what it created. So as you can see, simple image came to life, guard starts walking, and that's the beginning scene of the video. That's all you got to do. All right, so now you take each and every scene as per the script prompt here and put them into the Reeve and then download them and then put them into Pixverse and animate them. Like I said, you could do this with the whole video, or you could just do the first 3, 4, 5 scenes and call it a day. And then from there, just use the imagery to put it together. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how to put this all together in CapCut and finalize the entire video to then post it on YouTube and start this journey off for yourselves. All right, let's move on to CapCut. All right, so now once you're in CapCut, just to give you very simple, I'm going to show you the step-by-step. All right, I'm not going to overcomplicate anything. First step is to drop your actual voiceover, the one you downloaded right from the software, and then just start dragging and dropping every single clip respectively. All right. So start off with the first one, then go to the second one. I'm pretty sure this one goes here first, and then the third one, and so on and so forth, basically until you have the entire timeline together. All right. You can kind of see it all piecing together. That's the whole point, is just to really start putting it, bringing it to life, essentially. I think it's this one over here and this one over here. All right. So now once you have all these scenes, you want to first of all make them come a little bit more to life. So what I've noticed in them, they actually have a lot of more kind of gloomy style content. So I just add this like Oppenheimer effect, and it kind of makes it feel like it's in a movie, like literally feels like I'm watching a movie. That's how hyper realistic you can get this content to look. And then if you want to add a few transitions to make it also look a little bit more lively, you can do that. I would not do anything like too crazy, just some like slight animations just to kind of bring it to life. And then you can kind of see what it looks like here, for example. All right.
Is not since the night he vanished without a word. Now, standing in formation outside Buckingham Palace, a palace guard saw the ghost of his past standing just feet away.
So as you can see, that's all there really is to it. It's really honestly just that simple. All right. So now I'm going to show you super quickly how you can put together a thumbnail. It's mostly going to consist of the same process as we did to create the images for the videos, except you're just going to throw it into Canva, put it all together a little bit more, and then you're good to go. All right, so now once you get to Canva, it's very, very simple. You just want to go ahead and type in YouTube thumbnail. All right, so YouTube thumbnail, that's going to create the dimensions specifically for a YouTube thumbnail. Just go to blank. That's all you need. And what you want to now go is back to this Reeve app and see which scene you felt really stood out the most. So for me personally, I really like this one. I think it really brings everything to life for the scene. So I'm just going to actually input this specific image into this thumbnail template over here. So just want to go over here to uploads, upload the file. Perfect. And then when it's done, just drag and drop this and align it with the thumbnail. And then boom, we literally have a perfect thumbnail image, which I think is very, very clickbaity. And we just want to add a little bit more zest to it to really make it stand out. So the first thing is obviously to add some text. So you want to go into here and try to find something that's very bold, and then just select it and drag it on top. So I'm going to go with this one right here. So now I'm just going to change the text that's written here. And what you can do is you can refer back to the prompt that I gave you, because it actually gives you the thumbnail text that should appear on the thumbnail. So you can just copy and paste that for every single video that you've created. All right. So for this one, it is "Don't Shoot My Father." So that's very, very clickbaity. And we want to make it as well look just like the original photos of the competitors, right? So you just want to do this. And what you can also do to make it sound even a little bit more out is to go over here to effects and actually add like a bit of a drop shadow. You want to make the drop shadow black actually, or dark ideally. And then same thing with the other one. Go to shadow, make it dark, and then boom, you basically have this. Now what you can also do is go here and make it a little bit more vibrant, is what I usually like to do as well, to make it stand out. So go to adjust, and then you can mess with the temperature a little bit, the tint, and the brightness as well. So you can bring it up the brightness quite a lot, add some contrast, add a bit of highlights, mess with the shadows, the whites as well, and the darks, and then the vibrance and the saturation slightly. All right. We can also mess with the sharpness to really make it pop, as you can see, and the clarity. So now we have something that really, really, really pops. So this stands out much more significantly than it did before. And now we have this like super, again, clickbaity image with super clickbaity text. And it really, really stands out. You can put this on this side or that side, but now it looks very similar to the competitors' thumbnails, the ones that are already proven to work. And if you really want to go above and beyond, you can actually type in like red arrow and take something from here. Or if you don't have the pro, that's fine. You could just put red arrow. And you could just take an image like this. You could download it and you can drag it right back into Canva. So go back to uploads, upload your file. And now just take this, resize it, and you can easily fit this over here. So you can really emphasize him grabbing the gun. All right. So now we already have a fantastic thumbnail that really represents the scene itself. And it's super clickbaity because it has the right kind of text, it has the arrow, all the ingredients that you need for a viral video. So guys, that pretty much concludes the entire video, because I've broken down everything step by step. And going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, most of you are going to see this, you're not going to do a single thing about it, which is perfectly fine because that leaves so much more room for opportunity for the people that do want this, the people that truly want to change their lives. So if you are part of that group of people that are determined to make this thing work and you want to see results like this, where there's channels that are printing literally $1,500 to $1,800 a day, faceless, without showing their face, right? Completely automated, streamlined content, then you need to start this business. You need to work into something. You need to learn a high income skill that's going to allow this. So you can do this on your own. Absolutely. I have no doubt. But if you don't want to go through the hardships, you don't want to go through the headache of doing this whole thing on your own, you want to do it with somebody who's able to provide you a roadmap and clarity, guidance, reassurance, and confidence throughout the entire journey with the roadmap, the skills, the systems, the tools, the prompts, and the entire thing guaranteed, then maybe you want to work with someone like me, right? So if you are willing to invest into your future, into a skill set that's going to pay you dividends for years and years to come, where it allows you to have the financial freedom you're looking for, then you can click the link under this video to book a call with me or my team to see if we're a good fit to work together. Full transparency, it is a 4-figure investment simply because I guarantee it all back to you within 6 months and because we've set up the entire system for you to succeed if you're willing to, if you're the type of person that's willing to succeed. I've gone out of my way to systemize everything and provide a roadmap, whether it's the free version or the paid version. Regardless, I just want you guys to all win. There's so many opportunities now in 2025 to make so much money online. And so I just encourage you all, just take that leap of faith forward. Just take the first step because you never know what kind of outcomes you'll have. This is literally one of my students' channel who started with me 9 months ago, all right? 9 months, $34,000 a month. Just wanted to put that out there, all right? So I'll see you guys in the next videos. I have plenty more like this on my channel if you need more content. Or again, if you want a full in-depth breakdown, just join my free school community. Or if you want to work with me personally, link in the description.